Hello, cryptids. I have started without Spirit. Quick, we can trash talk him before he shows up.
Trash talk me before I show up. What are you?
Oh, shite.
That's so rude.
Well, hello there, Spirit.
Hello. I am wearing the wrong outfit. Hold on.
Oh, you are you?
Um,
Why have you made me green?
I don't know.
You made me green.
I'm sorry.
You made me green. Oh my god. Again.
I know.
There you go. I can't believe you made me green.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't easy being green. It ain't easy being cheesy. No. Anyway, hello cryptids. Today we return to you with the house in Fata Morgana. Ooh. There is a lovely content warning. This game includes graphic depictions of violence, several troubling themes centered around abuse. The final door includes torture, murder, beheading, breaking of bones, human trafficking, slavery, child abuse, emotional abuse, severed limbs, psychological manipulation, imprisonment resulting in death, suicide, the murder of sex workers, misogyny, pedophilia, and child sexual abuse. So if these topics are too much for you to bear, that is perfectly fine. They are some heavy fucking things, and you don't have to stay. We will never ask you to stay if you are not comfy. So only stay if you comfy.
Yes.
Alright, if you've made it to this point, you are comfy. So, Spirit, you ready?
I am ready.
You are ready. Oh my god, sorry. I've moved things around on my stream deck and I'm struggling.
Struggle.
Weep and struggle and suffer and die. Anyway, there's the mouse. Inspect. We do inspect.
Flash.
The darkness parts and we re-emerge in the dining hall. The man is still straddling me, dagger held above his head, just as he'd been before our trek into his past. His eyes are open wide and his hand is trembling. A few moments later, his fingers go slack and the blade slips from his grasp, piercing the wood floor by my face. Hey, what was that? I swear I saw some kind of black cloud or something. What happened to you two? Neither of you saw any of that? Saw what? If you didn't see anything, then don't worry about it. The necklace, it must have been the key to unlocking his memories. Like when I touched the mirror in the mansion. I have no idea why certain objects show me different memories. But I got what I needed, I think. I'm fairly certain the white-haired girl is Morgana now. The things Jacopo did to her and felt for her behind the third door have much in common with him and Morgana in this life.
Why did you take that off? How the hell did you do that? Why did you show me my former self? Why did you make me watch that?
Why didn't you tell her? Had you only opened your mouth and told Morgana the truth? Told her you weren't the previous lord? Told her who you really were? Things could have turned out differently.
Turned out differently. How? Knowing would have only worsened her pain. Yes, you're exactly right. The man who once saved her life is now the source of all her misery. How would knowing that do anything but cause her more despair?
Despair! At the least you could have done then was let her go free.
I'd already put money into setting up the church here. Her arm had been cut off. There was no turning back. You can't go back from that.
You could have, yes. You could have stopped then and there.
Don't act like you know anything. You couldn't possibly comprehend the weight on my shoulders, you dirty peasant.
You're right. I can't, and I'll be damned if I want to. To hell with understanding the feelings of a man who could easily lose sight of what mattered most for a little power. Money, power, that's not really what you wanted to hold dear. So why couldn't you let go of that? Why did you have to go and let what mattered most slip through your fingers? Had you done anything, it wouldn't have come to this.
I couldn't have people knowing where I came from. I needed...
Wealth? Rank? No, you didn't need any of that. Do you have any idea how much Morgana treasured her time with you and Maria? Do you know how she described that period? As one of the brightest chapters of her entire life. Those 3 years she spent at the brothel until it was attacked. She said that was where she learned how to find joy in life.
No, she would never say any of that.
Why do you refuse to believe me?
She never opened up to anybody. That's all just your fantasy, what you want to see in her. You're trying to convince me of something that was never there.
No, I think he's right, Lord. I believe she did feel that way. The day I killed that carriage full of slaves 4 years ago. The girl you're talking about, she was there.
What? That can't.
And she said this to me before I began my massacre. I'm sad because I didn't get the chance to show my gratitude to people very dear to me. She was crying as she did. So that's who she was talking about. It was you.
There's no way.
When exactly did the brothel attack 4 years ago take place?
It was the winter.
I see. Winter 4 years ago is when I met the girl too. That reminds me. Nagito, don't chew at the cables.
No chew.
No chew at the cables. You sit down, be good boy. He's over here trying to fucking unplug my computer. Nagito, that's not nice.
That's not nice, baby.
Why try end stream?
You want all the attention.
She mentioned something unpleasant happening to her 4 years ago during one of our conversations. That she was forced to part ways with the people who taught her that humans are capable of kindness. She was talking about you. There's still time. You can still set Morgana free. You can still reveal your true self to her. She was likely in shock that day, not seeing or thinking straight. She still thinks you're someone else. Hearing you were the Lord, it set something off inside of her, preventing her from seeing you for who you really are. Her time in the previous Lord's captivity left scars even deeper than she knew. So all it took was that one word. Scusi.
Oh. The sneeze.
And in her eyes, you became him. Which isn't to say you haven't caused her much pain yourself, but I still believe that your truth is the key to allaying her hatred. It will change her perception of the world. I'm certain of it. So please, release Morgana and spill your heart for her. Can I see the mouse for just a sec? I need to do the thing real quick.
You need to do thing.
I need to do the thing real quick. Hold on. There we go. I was sitting all wonky. Had to fix that.
Had to fix. I was planning to end it all with the Harvest Festival.
What?
I was already planning to set her free then. I knew damn well it was much too little, much too late. But I needed an excuse to face her. Some occasion to give me that last nudge. So I told myself, that's going to be the day. That's when I'm gonna do it.
Which, just like behind the third door when he was too little too late with trying to tell her that he felt for her after the Transcontinental Railroad opened.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he has these dates set for himself, but they're always too late.
Yeah. But you had to show up out of nowhere, digging up my past, throwing all my plans out the window.
You still think I'm the reason your carefully laid plans fell apart?
I'll let her go during the Harvest Festival. Tomorrow she goes free.
Tomorrow is too late.
What difference does it make?
When the bell tolls noon on the day of the Harvest Festival, Morgana dies.
I've had more than enough of your so-called prophecies. I'm done.
Why do you still refuse to believe me? I'm not making anything up. I'm from the future. I know how this ends. Having an occasion and a plan can certainly make it easier to take action, but you just can't wait for the right occasion for everything. Sometimes if you don't act on something as soon as you've decided to do it, you'll miss your chance. In your next life, you make the same mistakes. You lock someone up that you care about, eventually causing her to break down entirely. And you're so fixated on waiting for the right occasion, you completely destroy any chance of salvaging anything. If you're set on releasing her, then release her. Jacopo! Stop being so damn fixated on all of your occasions already.
You know? Damn you. You're right. You don't have to tell me I'm being a fool. I'll do it. Right now, I'll do it. I'll release her.
Thank you for making up your mind.
I didn't make the lock require 3 keys, because the weight was too much to bear alone. It was because having others with me would force me to keep up the Lord facade, to prevent me from letting anything slip. Or maybe I was just waiting, hoping someone would betray me, make me pay. Pathetic, I know.
You can have the necklace. It belongs to you. Though I doubt Morgana will accept it, I hope you'll still attempt to give it to her yourself. Will you do that?
Where did you get that anyway?
From Maria.
I thought she would have thrown it out by now. I assume she doesn't think very highly of me. Be honest with me.
She was planning to kill you.
Maybe that would have been for the best. To her, I'm nothing but a power-hungry traitor. The necklace. I'll take it.
Here you are. When he takes the necklace, Jacopo looks as though he's on the verge of tears. Whether it's from the pressure of not wanting to lose face or simply because he's no longer able to, he doesn't actually shed any, though. The other two just stand and watch him quietly. Neither of them saw the vision of the past, but they don't pry either. Our exchange was probably sufficient to give them an idea of what happened, even if they don't know the details. Clutching the necklace in one hand, Jacopo takes the head of the procession to the observation tower. And while it lasts for but a brief moment, I see an image of a young man he used to be in his slightly slouched shoulders. They each insert and turn their individual keys. The lock disengaging and the door giving a deep groan as it swings open. Beyond it, a spiral staircase extends high into the sky. Every time I've climbed these stairs, it's always been a solemn affair. And now it is no different. I've succeeded, though. I've gotten them all here, ready to set her free before she's supposed to die. I've changed the past. Do you think he has?
I don't know. I would like to hope so, but I'm not holding out hope.
I'm not gonna tell you shit. I just want to know what you think.
I know. I didn't think you were gonna tell me anything.
Do you think that she's still going to die on that day, or that she might forgive them? What is your overall prediction?
Honestly, something's telling me that she's gonna die earlier. But I don't know. I don't think she's gonna forgive them.
We'll have to see, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
Giselle. Can you hear me, Giselle? I made it in time. Now Morgana doesn't have to die tomorrow. I did it. Giselle. Also, do you think that they're in the past, or do you think this is another trick?
Wouldn't surprise me if it was another trick.
I think Mrs. Morgana.
With me. Come on.
Do you guys hear talking behind the door? Is there someone else in there with her?
There couldn't be. It's only Morgana. Stay with me, please. Come on. No. Doesn't sound like it. I'm confused. You can't give up now. No, because there's Morgana.
I don't remember who's back there.
Don't be quiet. As if you have any idea what I'm going through.
No idea who this is.
Of course I do. I'm...
No. Standing before the door at the top of the stairs, a chill runs down my spine. Before I have time to consider what might have caused it, my body moves on its own. I shove my way past the other men and push open the door.
You know, I'll come up with something pleasant to take your mind off things. I'll come up with a story.
It is all her.
That's okay. Story? How about this? A dove flies in through the window up above, a piece of parchment tied to its leg. It's a letter from the prince of a neighbouring land. You read it, then you write a response. I don't respond. After exchanging letters back and forth for some time, the prince comes to find you. I'm not going to fall for your stupid fantasies. Holding on to something, even a fantasy, is better than believing in nothing at all. I don't want you to give up hope. Baseless hope only breeds despair. Not that you would know that. Besides, if anyone's gonna come for me, I don't want it to be a prince. There's only one person I want to see.
We're all stunned to silence at the scene unfolding beyond the door. Morgana is having a conversation with herself. This does answer the question of who the white-haired girl is and where she came from. But I can't. This is just... No one should have to go through this! Her mind is split into two. Oh, Morgana. Oh, sorry, it's you.
So should I be reading this in the voice of the white-haired girl?
I think the upbeat one is the white-haired girl and the other one is Morgana.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Morgana, it looks like you have visitors. They're here to take my blood. Or they've gotten no use for me anymore. And are here to kill me. Oh, don't be so negative. Look, there's someone new. Kill me. Just set me free already. Morgana. You know what my wish is? Kill me and curse. Put a curse on them. Come on, Morgana, look up at them. Your letters, they made it. I never wrote any letters. He's got long hair as white as snow, and eyes like rubies. He's beautiful, like an angel descended from heaven. An angel.
Morgana. I've come for you, Morgana. I've come to set you free. Would you please undo her shackles, Jacopo?
As you say.
Morgana.
Angel.
Can you hear me, Morgana? At long last, I have the chance to hold you while you're still alive. I'm here to get you out of this tower. You have nothing to worry about anymore. You can go outside again and see the sun. You can go back to your old life.
Angel.
Morgana.
Angel.
No one's going to hurt you anymore, Morgana. And the three of them by the door, none of them have any malice for you.
Angel.
You're free. You can go free again.
Angel.
You can have a normal life. No one's going to take any more of your blood.
Angel.
Please, Morgana. Please stay with me. Don't you want to leave this place? I'm gonna set you free. I'll take you back to your cottage by the lake. I'll get you medicine. I'll help you with anything you need. If you want to go somewhere far away, I'll take you there. I'm begging you.
I waited so long for this moment.
Morgana.
I've been waiting so long for God to send an angel. Are you an angel? Are you an angel sent to deliver me from this place? Please, deliver me unto my father's presence. I can't go back out there. I can't live in the mortal realm any longer. I don't want to.
Bro, I'm trying not to fucking agree.
Oh, it's okay.
I feel so bad for her.
Yeah. There's only one place I wish to go. O holy servant of the Lord. You are an angel, aren't you?
Morgana.
Please, deliver me from this place.
Yes, that's right. For now, yes, I will be. I am the Archangel Michael, sent to deliver your soul unto God the Father, your angel. I have descended from heaven above.
That's wonderful.
Morgana.
His father, is he proud of me?
Your Father, the Lord Almighty, is exceedingly proud of the great work you have done in his name.
Thank you. It means so much to me to hear that. Couldn't be happier to be able to return with you, to see him.
Morgana. Morgana! Morgana! Her body goes limp in my arms as the last of her life slips away. There should have been more than enough time to spare, but I still failed to save her life. At the very least, I hope I was able to provide her some comfort in her final moments. I'm allowed to think that, aren't I?
We were too late.
You fucking think, Jacopo!
Just a bit.
You fucking think! I'm calm.
You're calm. Are you sure?
No. I am a tiny ball of rage. Also, you must be closer to the camera today than usual because you're bigger than me. I am very small.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to step back?
Yes, I'm very small.
A bit more?
Just a bit more. There. I think that's better.
Okay.
I think.
You think?
I think so, yeah.
I was just very shuffled forward in my chair.
I figured you were that, or you were just pressing your face into the camera, you know, trying to have one of your camboy moments. You're like, hey guys, follow me on my OnlyFans. Spirit have an OnlyFans? Never. He too shy. Too shy.
Too shy.
But why? She wasn't supposed to die until... That's what you said, isn't it? That was how it was supposed to happen, right? So how come we still didn't make it? Why didn't you do anything? Why did you just let her wither away like this? Why? Answer me!
I have no answer for you. I had no idea she deteriorated so badly.
Jacob, oh you bastard.
Fucking asshole.
We should take her outside. Then you can atone for your sins. But first, we need to take her body somewhere clean. Death does not mean that you are free of pain. We need to ensure her soul can depart in peace.
You won't see me objecting.
You need to say now what you were going to say to her. You must let her know the truth.
She's dead. What good will it do to reveal my feelings now?
Are you really that dense? Of course it will do good. Her physical body may be dead, but her soul is still here watching everything. Listening to every word you say.
I don't believe in souls.
Well, I'm begging you to change your mind. Let Morgana hear what you have to say. Don't let her soul seethe in hatred. Please. I'm begging you.
Okay. Morgana. I am not the Lord you knew. The man who put you through that hell. I killed him. I'm the man who freed you from his grasp. I'm the man who spent the next 3 years with you. We were poor and food was scarce, let alone good food. But those were happy times. Just about every day I'd come to rub ointment on your face. I'd tell you to look at me and you'd reluctantly turn my way. I used to think a lot about the face you'd make when you finally gave in. And then there was Maria. I can only imagine how obnoxious you thought the two of us were when we were in the same room together. You sitting off alone while me and Maria go at it, not making a peep. Me always trying to sneak glances at you. There's so much I never managed to tell you. And I hate myself for being too weak to put any of it into words. I could apologise, but I doubt you'd forgive me. And I don't want you to either. I just want you to know that this isn't how I wanted things to turn out. What I wanted more than anything was to show you the world. But instead all I managed to show you was the inside of a cold dark tower. Not the beautiful unimaginably wide world outside these walls, but a tiny filthy corner of it. I did this to you. I took everything from you when I should have given you everything. However much you hate me, I deserve every last bit of it and more. I was ready to pay with my life if that's what you wanted. I was ready to do absolutely anything. This wasn't how I wanted things to turn out. I waited too long to bring myself to take action. Morgana, the man there, he told me you said the 3 years you were with me and Maria were the brightest days of your life. Well, they were for me too. I loved you.
Boo!
That's everything.
Did any of what he said make it through to you, Morgana? I pray with all my heart that him opening up will have the tiniest effect on how you feel. Morgana, I also want to apologize for everything I did to hurt you. I feel terrible about it, I really do. And yeah, I know it's not enough to make up for what I've done, so I want to make amends whatever it takes. If you want me to give you my life now, I will. Or if you want me to spend the rest of my days paying for my sins, I can do that too. I am an irredeemable monster and a killer. I take pleasure in hurting people. You were right to be afraid of me. I am genuinely sorry for what I did to you, though. I never wanted to see you dead. Sorry. I can't come up with anything better to say.
That's primarily sense. Would you carry her body, please?
You should be the one to carry her.
You're far better suited for the job.
My right arm is in no condition to be picking anything up.
I'll help you lift her then. You said it was my word she needed to hear most, but ultimately, it was you who saved her. And me who made that necessary. She wanted to be delivered to God by the hands of an angel, so the angel here should carry her. I can't. It wouldn't be right. Please, would you do it for her?
Very well. Look at you being right. Jacob Hope puts the necklace around Morgana's neck, then lifts her dead body off the ground and places her in my arms. He opens the door, heading the four-man procession out of the tower as he had in. I walk at the back of the line. Each step they take down the spiral staircase is slow and ponderous, as if weighted down by the knowledge of their sins, that they must make their way to the place that they will make their atonement. I wasn't able to prevent Morgana's death, but I was able to uncover the truth. I accomplished something. The sum of everything I did these 3 days, it should have been enough to change her heart and change the course of their next lives. They should be able to avoid the tragedies I witnessed through each of their doors.
When we step through this door and people see Morgana's body, we will be made to pay for our sins. Ultimately, I'm the one responsible, so the two of you are welcome to stay behind.
I'm coming with you. A girl died because of the things I did. I can't just pretend I didn't have anything to do with it. No, I don't want to. I never had any intention of fleeing. You may have been the one running the operation, but I did just as many terrible things as you.
Well then.
Hey, Michael? Yes? I figure this is probably my last chance to say it, so thank you for convincing me to hand over my key. For giving me the courage to open my eyes. You always had the courage within you, Mel. You simply needed a little help finding it. It wasn't my strength that allowed you to take action, but your own. You sure know how to make someone feel better about themselves. I'd like to be a little stronger next time around if there really is a next life. I'd like to be strong enough to face whatever comes my way. Not run away or try to ignore it. I have no doubt you will be. The trials you're made to face are great, and very few of them are of your own making. Yours is a tragedy of circumstance, of feelings kept secret and good intentions gone wrong. If you can face the problem when it arises rather than look away, I'm certain that you can find your way to a better future. You mean in my next life? I do. I'll trust you know what you're talking about then, and burn your advice into my soul. Don't look away. Please do. I'm glad to have met you. If there is a next life, I'd like it if we could be friends. Just so you know, you'll never convince me to go on walks around the lake or take naps out in the sun. Well, that makes you sound like a very gloomy, unpleasant person to be around. Just joking. Thank you. You're welcome. You know, you kept telling me you weren't an angel, but you actually are, aren't you? I promise you that I'm a regular man. You told Morgana you were an angel. Angels and demons don't get along very well, so I'd rather not run into you in my next life. I appreciate what you did here, though. I'll do my best to be more human next time. Please do. If I repeat to myself what you told me, that what I need most is restraint as I make my departure from this world, then maybe I won't forget it even if I do lose my memories. I almost said memories. Even if he does lose his memories, he won't forget. Burn it into my soul. I rather like that. I think I'll follow the boy's lead there. That would be best. And I'll be praying that even if you aren't capable of love, you'll be able to live a peaceful life with a good woman who loves you. That you'll be able to make her happy by doing so. I still think she'd be better off never knowing me. Whether you want her to or not, she's almost certainly going to meet you and fall in love with you. You know, now that I think about it, she's not as normal as I first thought. She's a peculiar woman. I can't say I disagree. Well, I guess this is goodbye then. That it is.
I know everyone else is doing it, but I've got nothing to say to you.
I didn't expect that you would. Though I suppose I do have something I'd like to say to you.
And what might that be?
Be more open with yourself. If you had only put your feelings into words, things would have turned out differently, both in this life and your next.
Coming from you, a man who looks even more closed off than me, that rubs me very much the wrong way.
Do I really look that closed off?
In more ways than one, yeah. That part of me is deeply ingrained. You telling me to open up won't magically disentangle my personality and make it be.
I don't think you're as twisted as you believe you are. Oh, big crack.
Big crack. Crackle, snap, pop. I'll consider it, if this next life nonsense you're selling is true.
Please do.
Lord have mercy, one hell of a man certainly busted his way into my life. The last thing I expected was for an outsider to be the one to get us to open that door. Impressive work for one man.
It was not only my doing. I had help from a number of people. And it was you, Giselle, who did the most in getting me here. I'm not as big a man as the three of you make me out to be. Before this, I'd lost so much I felt utterly powerless. I was on the verge of abandoning all hope. But having the opportunity to meet all of you, to spend time with you and the people around you, it did a great deal to revitalize my spirit, despite the atrocities involved. You know, it's funny. We're doing the Danganronpa series on Fridays, and here we've got another white-haired man obsessed with hope and despair.
Yeah.
He just swings between them so violently.
He does.
So thank you. I pray your next lives may turn out better. It's like a connected universe, perhaps? Is this man the precarnation of Nakito Komaeda? Maybe? Danganronpa Fata Morgana crossover when?
I suppose we should get going then. Off to pay for our crimes. To relieve our soul of some of its pain. And I suppose to make sure the next lives go a little better.
Let's. He places a hand on the large door, then takes a step forward. The door lets out a heavy groan, and moonlight slips through the widening crack. It's all over now. I did it. I changed the past. What? What the hell? Ugh! What I see beyond the door is not the nighttime courtyard. The sun hangs high in the sky, shining down on the blood-soaked grass. Why? What's going on? That's when I notice. The weight of Morgana's body is gone from my arms. And then... Out in the courtyard. Mel, Nellie. I see a flaxen-haired girl vomit blood and fall to the ground. A young man kneels over her and takes his own life. No. There are dead and dying townsfolk all around the nun. The swordsman is skewered as he scrambles to reach her. And at the door just to my back, Jacopo. The Lord lies unmoving, slumped against the wooden frame in a pool of blood. How can this be? We were all just talking not a minute ago. How the hell did we go from that to this? Why? Why, damn it? I changed the past, did I not? I steered them away from this outcome. I changed. Oh. That's what this is. As much as I don't want to believe it, it makes sense. The sense that something wasn't quite right, that I've been feeling ever since I got here. The darkness that swelled up when I touched the necklace. He never left the Shonies!
He never left the Shonies.
I was never in the past at all. This isn't the real world. It's the realm of the dead. This is the same domain the cursed mansion resides. Which is why when I arrived here something felt off. Because death filled the air. Somewhere deep down I could sense the similarity between here and the mansion. That gathering place of departed souls. It was never possible for me to travel back in time. To exist and interact with the real past. I was able to summon the darkness because this isn't the real world. Merely a reconstruction. A projection of their souls' memories. It was all set in stone long ago. None of the time I spent with any of them was real. Every emotional moment I thought I had shared with them, it was all an illusion. None of my conversations, none of the smiles I'd managed to get out of them were real. I was never there. I was never present in the past with them. I'm currently sometime after all that, sometime beyond the era Morgana lived. Beyond the 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries. What I spoke of as their next lives was actually their past lives. All three tragedies are history. Immutable, irreversible history. There's nothing to change anymore. What then did I fight so hard to achieve? What did I accomplish by warning them of their next lives, by convincing them to endeavor to take different paths? Nothing? Was it all for nothing? I go limp at the sight of it all, dropping to my knees and sending ripples to the sea of blood. Morgana, the girl who called me an angel and asked me to deliver her unto her father, is still chained up inside the tower. What did I accomplish? What purpose did anything I do serve? Was it all just a big damn waste of time? But my cries go unanswered, simply fading into the dead air. Giselle, who kept me going for so much of this ordeal, is still silent. No, I did accomplish something. It wasn't a waste of time. Everything I did, it wasn't for nothing. I may not have changed the past, and I may not have stopped their tragedies, but I achieved something. I uncovered their stories. I learned the truth of everyone's involvement. You can't take that away from me. I know you're out there, Morgana. I know you've been watching this whole time. You know the truth now. I accomplished that much. This has to change how you see them at least a little. If the present Morgana has a change of heart and decides to let go of her hatred, then that should cause the cursed mansion to disappear. Set their souls free. I'll take that leap of faith. That what I've done is enough. And make my way back, believing there is a future for them beyond their tragedies. I'm coming back, Morgana. I'm returning to that house. To the world of blackness seething with hatred. To my present. I'm going to try this once more. An honest attempt to really see you. To face you, Morgana. I'll be there as soon as I can. Kneeling in a puddle of blood, I turn my gaze toward the heavens. The searing sunlight is slowly eroded by darkness, and my body, mind, and soul follow soon after.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, this is where we actually had slated to end because I didn't realize we were going to get through this section so fast. The first time I played this, I had a lot of talking in this section.
Yeah.
So, I spent well over an hour just talking. We've said a lot of the things that I said at this point in the game the last time I played it already. So there wasn't as much to talk about. But if you'll notice, it is 7:47. So
Yes.
there is a potential that we could finish the game tonight.
Oh.
What do you think?
I think we should keep going.
I want to take a break.
Yes.
Get the last of my tears wiped away, go wash my face.
No.
But I definitely think we can finish this if we want to tonight.
Yeah.
So, can I get the mouse real quick? I'm gonna change the title for this stream, and then we will be right back. Enjoy your Gizmo time. Hello, cryptids, we back. We picked a perfect time to take our break because the train came by and we would have had to mute our mic anyway. Yep. It was that loud.
Honk, honk, honk.
Honk, honk, honk. Anyway, we are going to finish this.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. If I'm a little bit slow to read some of my lines, I've got a little ice cream.
Ice cream sandwich.
Mm-hmm. The bloody corpse-ridden courtyard dissolves. And I find myself once more in an utterly lightless void. I clench my teeth as hard as I can manage. Squeeze my eyes shut as tightly as I can. Because it's the only way I can keep the screams back. The tears from spilling down my cheeks.
That scared the shit out of me. I wish it would stop with a question marks. Who the fuck? Michael? Open your eyes, Michael. Come to me.
What? What?
Oh, you meet at last.
What? Why is the white-haired girl here? Never mind that. Where am I? I was trying to get back to the mansion. How did I end up here?
Do you know who I am?
Of course I do. How could I not know who you are?
Splendid.
But what are you doing here? Why is there a sword in your hands? And why can I not speak?
I was able to return to this gathering place of souls thanks to your efforts. Your uncovering of the truth of those events that transpired so many years ago allowed me to remember everything I'd forgotten. To remember who I am.
Remember who you are? You mean that you're a part of Morgana?
My apologies. Bringing your soul here without any preparation has left you in a bit of a nebulous state. But my heart told me I had to do this now. Though you have no voice, I can feel your presence quite clearly. Oh Michael, namesake of the great Archangel Michael, and man of tremendous virtue, I have brought you here to ask for your assistance. I pray you'll be able to help me. My request for you is simple. Take this blade, and with it, extinguish my soul.
What are you? Extinguishing your soul?
I realise that it's cruel for me to ask this of you, and for that I deeply apologise. But I want it to be you who sends me off. Could you grant this girl her selfish request?
That's not why I sought the truth. Not because I wanted to see anyone extinguished, but because I wanted to set everyone free from the mansion's cursed bonds. Because I wanted to put an end to the cycle of pain and suffering. Because I wanted to save every single person caught in this tragic quagmire. That includes you. And you're asking me to eradicate your soul?
I must be destroyed. You can't tell me that after everything you've seen, you haven't realised that I have no place in their lives. Well, it's true Morgana wished for misfortune to befall them. If I hadn't been there, none of the tragedies would have taken place. If I hadn't been there, the flaxen-haired girl would have been able to let go of her yearning for her brother.
You don't know that?
If I hadn't been there, the shipwrecked merchant's lover would not have lost her place as his tether.
You don't know that?
If I hadn't been there, the ambitious businessman would not have been betrayed by his close friend.
You don't know that?
There are so many things that you're just assuming here. Not Morgana.
Why are you acting like it's all your fault? Are you trying to say everyone would be better off without you?
I was not a victim in the tragedies. I am culpable for them.
Culpable? Like hell you were. I saw everything from start to finish. You didn't intend for anything bad to befall anyone. You always acted out of the goodness of your heart. And you're trying to tell me that makes you culpable?
What do you say we answer one last lingering question, Michael? The question of what I am. The explanation might be a bit lengthy, but I would like to share it with you before I depart. I was, as you ascertained, created by Morgana's mind as it broke down in that tower. I was born to be a receptacle for her pain, to ease her suffering. But there's more to the story than that, Michael.
There is something that we should probably cover real quick. I know we talked about it with Danganronpa and its poor representation of DID.
Yeah.
This game does its best to be very accurate to the topics it portrays. While based on the limited knowledge I have, a person with DID, it typically manifests to them much earlier than it did with Morgana. An incident that's that traumatizing would technically be possible to cause it later in life. It's just a very, very, very rare case for something like that to happen. You would really have to go through a lot. Essentially, your brain has to deteriorate back to the state of a child for it to happen. I'm not a doctor. I am not a therapist. I only know what I've studied because I've known people with this condition and I wanted to understand it. But while it's not a great representation, I wouldn't say it's poor. As far as like Danganronpa being absolutely fucking piss poor about it. They very clearly do study it enough to try and give a semi-accurate portrayal here.
Mm-hmm.
Just understand that this is a very uncommon manifestation of it.
Yeah.
So, not necessarily a poor portrayal or anything. It's just kind of like... I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's portraying a 1 in a million versus the standard case of it.
Yes.
But that being said, one thing that I think the game does well is something that's apparently really common with people who have that condition is that they'll form like an introject of somebody, and with her taking on the way that Michael looks and his name, that is an accurate part, especially for the time period this would have taken place in before books and media were readily available for people to pull things from. Typically, parts that form have a fairly high chance of being of somebody in the person's life, whether it's somebody they admire or somebody they despise.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I say it's well researched.
Yeah. Upon her death, Morgana's soul was afflicted with a great pain resulting from the hatred and resentment she bore. The fact that she viewed herself as a saint only served to amplify that agony. Her identity as a saint gave her purpose in life, while simultaneously constraining her. A saint must put herself second to all others. She must be caring, generous, forgiving, and she must not bear any ill will for anyone. That was not how she felt deep down, though. She was not a saint out of the goodness of her heart. She wanted to hate them, but her identity would not allow her. Those two conflicting aspects of herself tore Morgana apart. She was unable to withstand it. So she took all her saintly characteristics and gave them to me, caring for others, putting herself second, being forgiving. And then she severed that part of her soul.
I do have another theory, by the way.
Yes.
She mentions that she formed in the tower. Something that would make it a more realistic portrayal would be to believe that she formed earlier and just didn't have a physical form or much of a voice, but was just a part inside Morgana's head, strictly just kind of like a voice almost.
Yeah.
Because you see evidence of the white-haired girl as early as Morgana being sold by her mother.
Uh-huh.
So you see behavior that would be attributed to the white-haired girl as early on as that. So whether that's because Morgana just initially behaved that way, or if it's because their split occurred much more early on than they lead you to believe, I think it's an interesting detail, and it's something that a lot of the fan base is very split on.
Uh-huh.
People theorize that she spawned a lot sooner in the story, whereas, you know, the game tells you it was just in the tower. But you can see the evidence of her much earlier than that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it would make sense for it to be that the white-haired girl split a lot earlier. Because what Morgana went through as a child was traumatizing.
Yeah.
Whether she saw it as, oh, she was just doing good or not, it's a traumatizing thing to go through.
I mean, even if you just look at some of the basic parts, like her being sold off by her mom would be enough on its own.
Mm-hmm.
What she went through at the hands of the Lord would be enough on its own. Hell, the way she was deified as a child would be enough on its own. The slaughter in that caravan, enough on its own. each of those specific incidents would be more than enough trauma to cause somebody to develop this condition. And the fact that she went through all of it.
Yeah.
But again, we can't really speak too certainly on this, as not members of the community and everything. If somebody here who's watching happens to have this condition and would like to speak up and say that we're wrong or say that we're right, you're more than welcome to. We're speculating from purely a fan of the game perspective.
Yeah.
But it's definitely an interesting detail because they didn't have to write it that way.
No.
So that's why you seemed so abnormally pure-hearted.
I was no longer a part of Morgana, but something entirely separate. However, I wasn't me here either. When you came to the mansion and resurrected Morgana, you resurrected me as well. But I had no self at first. I was, I suppose, not much different than the particles of dust floating around the mansion. But eventually that dust gained a sense of self, taking form as a human soul, and descended into the realm of man, and the fate which governs it. Who do you think the first thing a new soul wishes for when it's born, Michael? To live. I wished for a continued existence in this world, in a world where I was never meant to exist.
I refuse to accept that there's anything wrong with wanting to live.
I was supposed to remain within Morgana, as a part of her. I was never meant to be a soul of my own. To become one was to turn against the laws of the universe.
Which is a very neurotypical and neurodiverse exclusionary way to view it, but you do have to consider the time period in which she lived. Hell, I mean, honestly, the view that she's spouting is probably something a majority of people would hold now.
Yeah.
So it's not a very healthy way to look at it, but it makes sense that she would talk that way.
Yeah. I wished to live, and Morgana wished to cross the three men's souls. Although we sought after completely separate things, because we were once two parts of a whole, each of our wishes were shaped by the others. In order for an incomplete soul like mine to survive, it needs something to bind itself to the world, something strong enough to prevent the universe from correcting the anomaly. And so the wish of that anomaly gave birth to yet another anomaly.
Report it!
Report it. A house that sat outside the currents of time, one that could descend into the mortal realm at various times and places. And it was that house that served as a tether for my soul.
Honk!
Honk.
You mean it wasn't Morgana's power that created the mansion, but your own wish?
And why did it have to be that house that bound me to the world?
Honk!
Honk. Because that was where she lingered, the girl from which I was formed. Which meant that my wish had the consequence of granting Morgana's with it. The house, having attained perpetuity, served as a place for those reconstructed by Morgana's curse to return to. Furthermore, my connection with her had another consequence. I was the one most affected by her wish. As much as I may have wanted to do good, for them to be happy, my fate was dictated by her wish.
This whole thing is actually an excellent metaphor. So there's a saying that goes, a person who is cursed the most by their own hatred is the bearer of the hatred themselves.
Yeah.
By wishing harm upon someone, by hating someone that strongly. The way I hate the train right now. By hating someone that strongly. Fuck's sake! Are you done? Are you done?
No.
Honk! By hating someone that strongly, all you're doing is sowing bitterness that really only affects you. Now, if you believe in a spiritualistic practice that, states that goes back to the other person, whether it's Christianity and their concept of prayers, or different pagan faiths and the way that they view energy of the world, that's kind of irrelevant. I'm just simply talking about the psychological aspect of it. Jesus Christ! I'm simply talking of the psychological aspect of it. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm about to lose my fucking mind. Oh my god. The train just went by. Why is it honking again? Did it forget something?
It left something behind.
Did it leave my sanity behind? Is that it? But as you hate someone and you dedicate all of that time to being fixated on them and their hatred, and the hatred that you have towards them, all you're doing is bringing yourself down, and you are affecting yourself far more than you affect the other person. I can speak of this because I know somebody in my life, who was in my life, who is not anymore, for very good reason, who desperately hated me. And as much as their hatred hurt me and they mistreated me, this person was always fucking miserable. He was always fucking miserable. And it was because of the amount that he would obsess over the fact that he could not stand me. He would sit there and just, I found out from other people that when I wasn't around, all he'd sit there and do is talk about me, how much he hated me, wished I was dead, etc. And it had consumed him. I'm one person. I'm not this person's entire life. I'm not meant to take up all of their time. I was barely in their life for the past, several years that we'd had anything to do with each other. But yet all of their time was consumed by me because they hated me. So it makes sense that in this story, Morgana's wish would, in a way, affect her more than it affected anyone else. Her hatred hurt her more than it hurt anyone else. Because Morgana and Michelle, they are one and the same. They may be two different aspects of a person, but they are still the same personage. They still exist within the same body and are still affected by things that affect the other. So Morgana and her hatred cursing Michelle the most makes a lot of sense, because psychologically that's how hatred works. It poisons you far more than it poisons the other person. You may mistreat the other person and you may belittle them and treat them like shit, but in the end you're the one paying the piper when the time comes for your hatred, not the other person. The other person can just cut you out of their life and be unaffected by it. Yeah. But as long as you are willing to sit there and despair on it, that despair builds within your own soul and it causes you distress, not the other person.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very good telling of that kind of metaphor.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add?
No, I think you covered most of it. In between your argument with the train.
Honk!
Honk!
Yeah, fucking train. That train, my hatred of the train affects me far more than it affects the train.
Yeah.
In that position, my merely showing affection for anyone was damnable. Falling in love was an act of villainy. My very presence malevolent.
Don't say that.
I was the true witch, the true demon child.
Jibba.
I stumbled.
It's okay. Stop talking, please.
It should never have been possible for me to have a life at all.
Please stop.
The universe must be returned to its proper state, Michael.
Don't talk about yourself like that.
I must be erased, and Morgana's soul restored to its original form.
But why?
I do not belong here. I never belonged here.
What's so wrong with wanting to live?
The defect must be repaired.
You're not a defect. Damn it. Why couldn't I be able to get an award now at least?
The restoration will not be instantaneous. It took many, many years for me to be formed, and it will take as long, if not longer, for the process to be reversed. But her soul will eventually return to its proper state, and perhaps when her soul is restored, Morgana won't be a human. Perhaps she will be a butterfly resting upon the lip of a flower. Perhaps she will be that flower. Perhaps she will be the breeze in which that flower sways. But whatever form she takes, it will be her, whole and complete. With me gone, no more tragedy should take place. So please, take this sword and extinguish me. Put an end to this cycle of misery. I want you to be the one who does it. Please. Kill me.
I can't.
the choice I'm getting.
You're asking too much of me. Yes, I want to save Morgana's soul. But do you really have to die for that to happen? Is there not some other way?
Won't you do this for me?
I cannot. I could never take that sword.
I know it's unfair of me to ask this of you, but I want it to be you. As selfish as the request it may be, I want the curtain drawn on this Arat's life. By the man I admired so deeply.
You admired me?
Let's talk a little bit about that admiration, shall we? And where I got my physical appearance. This goes back to when I was mere particulate matter drifting about the house. While I still had no mind of my own at that point, I witnessed everything that took place within the house. And in the moment of your death, Michael, was I gone.
You saw my death?
Your actions that day appealed to me as the very definition of selfless and honourable. Your life bore many similarities with Morgana's. You were both abused, imprisoned, called a witch. But while Morgana sought vengeance, you watched your own mother burn her crucified body, and you wished for release rather than revenge.
There's nothing honorable about that. I had just lost all hope for myself.
I expect you'll disagree with me, say that it was a sign of your weakness, but that was not how I interpreted it. Self-sacrifice being one of the core characteristics Morgana gave to me, I was deeply moved. You didn't curse those who had wronged you in life. You chose your own destruction, and I admired that strength of spirit. That admiration helped to shape my wish, to determine the form I would take and the name I would have. That's why, whenever I gained a physical body, it was modelled after yours, with snow white hair and ruby eyes. Why my name was always Michelle, after the same angel from whom you took yours.
I am not. I am in no way worthy of anyone's admiration.
My admiration caused both you and the woman you love a great deal of pain, and for that I apologise. But it also shows just how much I wanted to be like you. I would ask for you, if you would be so kind, to consider this a great favour for a starry-eyed little girl. A girl who quite literally idolised you to her very soul.
Don't.
I couldn't ask for a greater honour.
How can you tell me that?
And to be erased from the world by you, my idol.
And then ask me to kill you?
Please, Michael, be the one to send me off.
I can't do it. No matter how many times you've asked, I can't kill someone who's told me they want to live. I know what it's like to wish for life.
I don't know if you've realised it yet, Michael, but this is the first time we've actually met. The story of the fourth door was Morgana's creation, which means that until now we've never been in the same place while both aware of the other's presence. As far as you should be concerned, I am a complete stranger, yet you still hesitate. I'm glad that you're reluctant, but you've shown me enough sympathy.
I don't consider you a stranger at all. Indeed, it's the first time we've formally met, but I've watched you go through so much. I've seen you live 3 different lives. I've seen the impact you had on the people behind all 3 of those doors. You are in no way a stranger to me.
With my erasure, Morgana's soul will eventually become whole again. Her curse and the eternal cycle of agony it brings will be no more. When I'm gone, everything will return to its rightful place. I implore you to not hesitate any longer.
Are there really no other options? Is killing you really the only way to make things right? To release everyone from this curse?
I'm delighted to have finally been able to meet you, the man after whom I modelled myself. I am incapable of taking my own life, Michael. God's teachings prohibit it, and as such my identity as a saint prevents me from doing so.
No, I don't want you to commit suicide. I want to find some way for you to live, to remain part of this world.
I know that by asking this of you I am causing you great heartache, and for that I offer you my sincerest apologies. But so long as I continue to exist in this world, Morgana can never truly have redemption. Tell me, who is it you've been fighting so hard to save?
That doesn't mean that I didn't want to save you too. I believed I could save everyone summoned to the mansion. That no one would have to suffer anymore. That there would be no more tragedies.
Michael, take the sword, please. Worry not, Michael. Doing this will allow you to save everyone. You'll cast off the darkness inhabiting the house, set all its prisoners free, give Morgana her salvation, and give me mine as well. Extinguishing my soul will be my salvation. I've had a full, satisfying life, even if every moment of it was rooted in iniquity. I had well beyond my share of happiness. I don't need any more. Oh, Michael, namesake of the great Archangel Michael and man of tremendous virtue, I ask of you to please draw this cycle of misfortune to an end. Take this blade and deliver everyone from their fates. It must be you, Michael. You must be the one to do this. Thank you, Michael, for having the strength to do what must be done, and I apologise for putting you in such a difficult position. Once my soul has been erased, I will be gone from this world forever. I will not return, not in this or any other form. I feel no woe in that knowledge, though. I welcome my destruction with the utmost of joy. However, if it wouldn't be too much to ask, for you to just keep a little bit of me in a corner of your soul, Michael, to remember me, to remember the life I lived, that would make it all worthwhile. Thank you, Michael. You may very well be a genuine.
Dun dun dun. The whiteness surrounding me evaporates, and I find myself back in the observation tower. I can still feel in my hand the impact of the sword piercing her breast. Damn it! Why couldn't there have been some other way? Erasing a soul is not salvation. God damn it all! She deserved better. So much better than that. No, now is not the time to grieve. There is work to be done. A girl to whom I must offer the chance for salvation. I mustn't cry over the white-haired girl's death now. There are things I need to take care of first. Morgana. Morgana stands there before me, staring off absently into the distance. After some time, she slowly turns to face me.
What exactly was that all about? Come on, say something. Answer me.
Morgana?
How? It doesn't make any sense. He and the Lord, they couldn't.
There were two different lords. The one at the estate and the one who locked you in the tower.
How? What was he doing there? That's not... I didn't... The man I was trying to curse was the Lord who threw the blood sabbats. How did I... Are you saying I remember wrong? That's ridiculous. I won't hear it. I won't have it for a second.
You were in a very tenuous condition, Morgana. More than even you realize. You can't assume that everything you saw in that state of mind to be true.
Why? Just... why? That only makes it that much worse. Why would he do that? How could he kill me? He said he would show me the world. I cried for him. And he turns out to be the one pulling the strings.
You saw what led to this. You heard what he had to say for himself. Misunderstandings that went unresolved. That should have been cleared up immediately. What he did was wrong. Indefensible as far as I'm concerned. This all could have been avoided if he told you everything. That said, Morgana, I can somewhat sympathize with how he felt then.
You can sympathize with that monster? In what way?
He loved you. He sincerely loved you. And to be the target of such vitriol from a girl he cared for so deeply, to be mistaken for someone else entirely, I can understand how that would have hurt.
Doesn't matter. That doesn't change anything.
It doesn't, no.
Like I said before you started all this, it doesn't change anything. Does this revelation change what happened to me? Does it make me any less of a hate-filled witch? What does it matter if he had his reasons? What does it matter if he's not who I thought he was? It doesn't change the fact that I despise him with every fibre of my being.
That's entirely fair.
Yeah.
That is entirely fair.
She's completely valid, but what I've said before still stands. The most important part about, not necessarily forgiving, but getting over what someone has done to you is the salvation of yourself. Not having to suffer through it anymore. Because I did live a period of my life in hatred for people who had wronged me. And it was fucking miserable. I've gotten past it. I don't hate these people. In fact, I love them. I would never let them back in my life for obvious reasons. But, you know, I love these people who have harmed me. But getting over that hatred improved my quality of life so much. I didn't have to sit there and just obsess anymore. I didn't have to sit there and be like, I hate these people, curse these people, blah, 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 blah. I can live my own life and not fucking think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's going to come up. That's what having CPTSD does to you. But for the most part, I can just live my life.
Yeah.
And it's freeing. So Morgana doesn't need to forgive them, but she needs to get over this. Because getting over this would be good for her.
Yeah.
It would make her feel better. Because as much as she thinks reveling in this hatred is going to make her feel better, it doesn't.
No.
Sitting there and just obsessing over the hatred just makes you bitter and angry and miserable.
Yep.
So she doesn't need to forgive them. She doesn't need to forget that it happened. But she needs to come to peace with the fact that her past made her who she is.
Yep.
These people have wronged her, but she needs to let go and move on.
Yeah.
It's not that it's not hard. Trust me, it's fucking awful. It's so hard to do. But it's so much better afterwards.
Yeah.
It's time to let go, Morgana. Or, sorry, did you have anything to say?
No,
You good?
no.
Okay. I met with the white-haired girl. I know her true nature.
She? That's not me.
You're right, I cannot definitively say that you and the white-haired girl are one and the same. However, I can say with certainty that she was a part of you. A creation of your broken spirit. Spirit, you're broken.
Broken? Oh no.
The fact remains that she was closer to you than anyone else. In every sense of the word. Can you see the situation you're in, Morgana? The terrible, tragic irony of it all. You've cursed yourself along with everyone else. You've brought ruin to a life of your own creation numerous times. You murdered yourself. That's true, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Every time that you sit there and obsess over someone that you hate and can't move on, it does feel like you are physically harming yourself.
Yeah.
It's painful. It's time to let go, Morgana. There's only pain to be found in continuing down this road. Morgana. I take a step towards her, and she steps back, quietly maintaining our distance. I can almost hear trembling in her voice as she says,
Stay back. You stay away from me.
You have nothing to be afraid of, Morgana. I won't hurt you.
I said stay back, you. I bet you think this is hilarious. That I'm blind and a fool.
Morgana.
Yes, good on you, my dear. You've revealed my big secret. That I'm a feeble-minded little girl with a poor memory. You've uncovered the truth of my death. Discovered the white-haired girl's true identity. I always presumed she was you. How foolish of me. Laughing like I knew anything. Cursing the entirely wrong man. Absolutely brilliant, you might say. I've made myself into quite the laughing stock.
I'm not going to laugh about your pain, Morgana. I've come to realize that perhaps I can empathize with you out of more than just our shared loneliness. We were both yoked with an unimaginable misfortune, lived our lives in lamentation of our fates. I understand your pain.
That boat has long since sailed.
You're right, it has. This is a realization I should have come to much sooner. Though you said it wouldn't have mattered, I still should have made an effort to get to know you in life. I feel guilty about how I constantly pushed you away. So I'd like to make up for that now. I approached Morgana, hands stretched out towards her. She stands there bewildered as I place them on her shoulders, pulling her in. Not for my own comfort as I had so many times before, and not out of some pretend sense of pity and for a sad pile of bones. I embrace her, and all of the pain and loneliness that she holds inside. Her body gives off no warmth, and it's as weightless as the skeleton of those many years ago. She, like me, has lost so much in life, but unlike me, she had no one there in her final moments. It's all right, Morgana. Everything's okay now. The tale behind the fourth door may have been a fabrication, but the creator's soul is always somewhere to be found in her creations. Knowing the inseparable link between her and the white-haired girl, that's where I'll find what I'm looking for. I'm here for you. You're not alone, Morgana. We can end all the suffering together. It's going to be okay.
What's wrong with you? Have you completely lost it? Do I need to remind you of everything I've done? Of all the pain I've caused you?
No reminders necessary. You did quite a number on me indeed.
Then do you want to tell me how we went from that to you holding me?
You didn't do what you did out of a particular grudge against me. Of that much I was always certain. So I had nothing to hold against you. I bear no ill will. Nor, I'm certain, does Giselle.
You're much too forgiving.
I imagine there's something about having experienced the kind of pain that we have that makes it hard to harbor any ill will towards another one of our kind.
Shared trauma or not, you and that woman really are something. God, there are no words for how much you irritate me.
The bite slowly drains from Morgana's voice, and in the quiet I think I hear a muffled attempt to hold back a whimper. I pull away slightly, putting a hand under her chin and lifting her head. She quickly averts her eyes, but doesn't knock my hands away as I reach them to her hood, gently setting them against her cheeks. I run my fingers across the exposed flesh, then slowly pull back the hood covering her face. Well, look at that. You're quite pretty without your face hidden.
I didn't think you were the flattering type.
I assure you I'm not. Go on, touch your cheeks. Now this is the girl you were always meant to be. If Morgana had had a less harrowing life, this is probably what she would have looked like at 16. You know, you look a little like the white-haired girl.
We look nothing alike, I can assure you of that. She was the very antithesis of me.
But she was also once a part of you.
The last thing I want is to be like her in any way.
And why is that?
Because I never liked that girl at all. Always putting others before herself. Just watching her was aggravating. Although, in retrospect, she was everything about myself I deemed unnecessary. So that might explain why it was so hard to watch. Also, I was so sure she was you, which made it all the more frustrating.
Why would her being me bother you so much?
Because that wasn't you. You're aggressive, you yell, you fight.
Is that how she saw me?
How wouldn't it bother me that you came back as a quiet, passive, subservient girl? Of course, now that I know it wasn't you, so...
You were that sure it was me despite thinking we were nothing alike?
Apparently so.
Hold on a second, why would that bother you?
I'll let you figure that one out. It's not important. So, you've got my attention. What are you planning to do now?
To leave the mansion with you. To set everyone free and break this curse. Setting them free will set you free as well. It really does. If you're a person here who you've gone through something, and you're sitting there stewing over the hatred you've got for this person who's wronged you, you don't need to forgive them. You don't need to forget it happened. But setting it free is really the best thing that you can do for yourself. Trust me, it's a treat. You know, just set a little bit of hatred free as a treat.
As a treat.
Just a little bit. You don't have to do it all at once either. You can take your time. It took me quite a while. You may continue.
So you want me to release their souls?
Oh my god.
Souls!
Souls!
What was Morgana, a 14-year-old boy hitting puberty? You okay there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm okay.
Exactly.
Just so you know, I haven't forgiven them. My hatred isn't going to just vanish like it was nothing. I'll never be able to forgive them completely. But, you're right. This has gone on long enough.
Morgana?
I'm not even sure what I'm doing anymore. And it's all your fault. So sure, I will release their souls.
I'm so glad to hear it.
However, I don't want to see them alone. I'm not sure I'll be able to set them free if I have to face them on my own.
That won't be a problem. I'll go with you. We'll see them together.
You get to be my guide this time then. Get to take up Giselle's old mantle.
That I do.
Even if it means taking this hand.
You honestly think I have any reservations about that? Considering he's a man who once cuddled bones, I would say no.
God, I swear, you really are the worst. Lead the way, my dear, to where their souls wait.
They wander.
They wander the house.
They go in.
Hand in hand, we travel the cursed mansion's corridors. The halls overflow with darkness, cut off from the sun and devoid of color. Despite having spent much time in this place, it never stopped being depressingly gloomy. No one, for any reason, should have left behind a place like this. We cross through the living room, making our way to the back garden door. There are no children laughing beyond the door, but I can faintly smell flowers.
Michael, what am I supposed to say to them?
If nothing comes to mind, you don't have to say anything. I get the feeling they'll have something to say to you, though. So if you would, try to hear them out.
I'm not looking forward to this.
It'll go fine, I promise. Nothing that happens could possibly make things worse than they already are. The only way to go from here is up, so up we go. Now, here they're talking about her talking with the people that she's loathed and despised. For you to let go of the hatred, you don't have to talk to the people.
No.
You can just cut them off.
Yep.
You can just never speak to them again. You don't have to go and try to find closure in talking to them. In fact, there are some situations where it's better to not do that. In this case, she kind of has to see them because she has to free them. Because they are physically being held captive. But, you know, if you're not holding someone physically captive in your basement, you don't have to do that. And if you are holding someone physically captive in your basement, please let them know.
Please free
Please.
them.
Or at least give them, like, a Hulu subscription. Not Netflix. They're not good enough for Netflix, but Hulu maybe.
Hulu maybe.
Let's go then, I suppose.
Or at least Pluto. Those subscriptions are free. A hollow breeze brushes through the gray The gray-filled rose garden. The shadow standing there turns towards us. It gradually starts to look more and more like the young man it once was. Morgana? It's okay. We're here to free your soul. Michael? You forgive me for what I did, Morgana?
No, I don't.
That's the right answer. Good. Go for it. Let's go.
Let's go.
All this means is that I'm done cursing you.
Either way, thank you. I know what I'm doing here now. Or I guess I remember what I'm doing here. I deserve to be cursed after everything I've done to you. It can't have been easy, that's for sure. I'm sorry for all the pain I caused.
What's done is done.
I guess. Still, I wasn't lying when I said I wanted to be friends. I meant it. I really did.
I know now why you did what you did. Why you sold me out. Some people might say you had no other choice, but as the girl you actually sold out, those are words you will never hear from my lips.
Fair enough.
Nonetheless, objectively speaking, you too were a victim. Do you not resent me for punishing you in spite of that?
Huh?
I presume you're now able to recall everything, both your first life and the second one I subjected you to, when the house was called Rose Manor.
Yeah.
What happened then was the result of my wish. You have every right to despise me.
The way I see it, with or without your curse, Nellie still would have had the same feelings for me. It was my fault for being too dense to realize that she thought of me as more than a brother. Things would have turned out the way they did regardless.
The white-haired girl was the spark that set her off though, and it was because of me that she ended up at that mansion. My wish was to see your life utterly ruined, and in service of that desire, the white-haired girl was born into that era as your half-sister. So I disagree. My curse did play a significant role in your fate.
Regardless, I don't feel like it would be right of me to blame you. Things turned out the way they did. Because I was weak and ran from the problem instead of facing it. Michelle wouldn't have had to get hurt either, if only I'd had more of a spine. I guess calling her Michelle is kind of confusing with Michael here, huh? How should I refer to her then? Girl Michelle, maybe?
Creativity is not your strong suit, is it?
She wouldn't happen to be around, would she? She's departed from this world. Or perhaps it would be better to say she returned to her rightful place in it. The girl you knew as Michelle is gone forever. That's too bad. I was hoping I could apologize to her too. I believe you've made your feelings quite clear.
Not that she would hold it against you if you didn't apologise. That's simply her nature.
Oh. Well, Morgana, I'm so sorry for everything.
I'm going to free your soul from the bonds of this cursed mansion, after which it should return to its rightful place.
Okay. But before that, I've got one last thing I'd like to say to you, Michael. To me. It was a little hazy, but I did kind of see what you were up to until just a little bit ago. If you hadn't done what you did for me, for Nellie, for Morgana, for everyone, I'm not sure I would have been able to work up the guts to apologize. I'm pretty sure I would have still been convinced I wasn't at fault. It may have not been real, but your effort wasn't in vain. Thank you. You're welcome. Well, I guess this is goodbye.
Farewell, Mel. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate.
Goodbye, Morgana. So how many souls do you think she has to free?
5.
Which 5?
Mel, Yukimasa, Jacopo, Michael, and Giselle.
Okay. Just curious. I like seeing what your predictions are and seeing how close they are to what actually happens. Sometimes you're spot on and sometimes you're not so much.
Sometimes I'm spot on, sometimes I'm miles away.
You don't have to tell me that he wasn't a bad person. But bad people aren't the only ones who do bad things.
That's true, yes. But having a conscience can be a double-edged sword. The regret's so overwhelming you don't want to believe that you could do something so awful, that some outside force must be to blame. So I hope that you're willing to accept at least part of his apology. And again, accepting an apology and forgiving someone are two completely different things.
Yep.
You can accept an apology without forgiving someone, and sometimes that is the appropriate course of action.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes something is just unforgivable, but you can still accept that the person apologized and move on.
Yep. Lead the way, my dear.
You trapped in the
where
Morgana
the next
voice?
soul waits.
Are you
What?
trapped in the Morgana voice?
If I go too far away from it, it gets really hard to go back to it.
Ah, okay. I wasn't sure if it was like me in the Maria voice where I get stuck and I can't get out.
No, I was just trying to keep it as close to it as possible because once I hit that point, I can stay there, but if I come out of it, it takes so long to get back.
You didn't have to come out of it, I was just curious.
Sippy.
The staircase leading to the cellar is quiet. The air is still. No sounds of flesh being devoured, no stench of blood. Just darkness reaching ever downward.
I'm going to have to ask you to go in first this time.
I don't mind, but why?
I'd rather not be scared.
It'll be fine, I'm sure. I doubt he'll attack.
I can't say I'm anywhere near as confident as you. So you get to be my meat shield should anything go wrong.
Ah, so that's what I am to her.
We may not have bodies, but we are still capable of feeling pain.
You don't have to remind me.
I have to say, I'm surprised you actually made it to the top of the tower.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Half and half. Regardless, don't assume you're safe just because you're already dead. If he were to attack and destroy your soul, you would be erased for all eternity. There would be no coming back in any shape or form after any amount of time. Just something to keep in mind.
I'm not worried. We shouldn't have any trouble talking to him.
If you say so, then off we go.
I push open the cellar door. Behind it, a shadow of a man sits on the floor, leaning against a stack of boxes. He slowly rises to his feet upon hearing us enter, and as he does, the blackness dissolves away, revealing the man. I almost didn't recognize you. Your face, it's not how I remember.
It's back to normal.
I see. So you weren't a witch. You were a pretty human girl. You look a little like the blind girl.
No, I do not. Not one bit. If
It's
anything, he looks far more like her than I.
funny that everybody keeps saying that though.
Yeah.
White hair, red eyes. They even almost have the same name.
I think comparing her to a large, dour-looking man is a bit disrespectful. Don't pretend you look any more approachable.
He's not even half the man you think he is.
Was that really necessary, Morgana? He is a man. He's indisputably a man. No matter what reason you have to claim otherwise.
Yukimasa the ally.
Accidental allies here. Like, oh, accidental ally, surprised to see you here. Because let's be honest, Yukimasa does not seem like the kind of person who would actually be an ally.
No.
Just doesn't seem it.
No.
He wouldn't give enough of a shit.
No.
I don't feel like he would be downright transphobic or anything either. I feel like an ally would do too much effort.
Yeah.
He'd be like, no, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Do what you want.
Yes.
Actually, can angels be male or female? Can you please cut it out with the angel thing already? So, What brings you two down here?
We're here to free your soul.
You're forgiving me.
Absolutely not.
Good choice, Morgana.
However, I've decided there's no point in punishing you any further.
I see.
You are, in no uncertain terms, one of the most evil men I have ever encountered.
I can hardly argue with that.
Should you so desire, I can eradicate you.
Morgana, what are you?
Let me finish, Michael. Instead of letting your soul return, I can erase it. Your existence is a scar on the world. The allure of killing is too strong for you to resist. Even without my curse, you would bring pain and misfortune on others.
You're right, and it would probably be for the best. The world would be far better off without me. And I know that. I do. But I don't want to disappear.
As you wish. Then I will release your soul.
Before I go, allow me to burn this into my soul. You must resist temptation if you are to blend in. So in my next life, I won't be a killer.
I suppose it's worth trying. Do your best.
I will.
Farewell, Yukimasa, until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate.
Farewell, Morgana. And yet I feel like I'm not done voicing him.
No.
I actually don't remember. I don't remember if he shows up again.
He's not the only one who derives pleasure from others' pain.
Morgana.
It's strange. Setting them free, I both feel like a weight's been lifted, and like I'm the greatest villain of them all.
Perhaps by forgiving them, you can forgive yourself.
But if I forgive them, what does that make everything I've done up until now?
The first step towards moving on.
Could you forgive those who wronged you then? The woman who tormented you, your brother who made a mockery of you, your eldest brother who took your life, your mother so unwilling to accept you she burned you at the stake, the villagers who falsely accused you of being a witch, your father who raped the woman you loved. Could you forgive them?
She said it.
Yep.
She said it.
She said it. The revised title. the title that I changed halfway through the stream when we decided to do 2 streams worth of stuff.
Yeah.
If they were willing to repent.
And if they weren't, what if they showed up intent on causing you more pain?
Then I
suppose I'm not acting much better than any of them right now. Let's go. We have one more soul to free.
One more, she says.
One more, she says.
Morgana, are you forgetting something?
There's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Hmm?
Is Giselle really there with you? Because I can't sense it at all. If she were in the mansion, I would know. But I can't feel her presence anywhere. Be honest with me. You can't feel her either, can you? Are you sure her soul hasn't extinguished?
She's here, I'm certain of it. Lost somewhere deep in the mansion's darkness. Once we've purged that darkness, she should be free to return. I have faith in her.
I see. Well, I'm not sure how much this means coming from me, but I hope you see it again.
I will. And thank you.
I'm actually rather fond of her, Giselle. Although I suppose it's hard not to get a little attached to someone you've spent several hundred years with.
Just attached. Giselle, she's fairly fond of you herself.
I can only hope.
The smell of cigarette smoke seeps through the cracks in the den door. It's perfectly quiet behind it, however. No chatter or clacking of billiard balls. Morgana appears slightly reluctant to step through the door. Or perhaps she's tense. Shall we? Her hand in mine, I push open the door. A shadow is perched on the edge of a dark green rectangular table. He freezes for a moment when he hears us enter, quietly finding his composure and marching toward us, determination in his step. The shadows dissolve, revealing the man.
Morgana. Your face, it healed.
It did.
It's been a long time coming. And would you look at that? Not a letdown. Was it him that healed you?
Yes, it was him.
Well, I was always hoping I'd be the one to have the honour.
You lost that qualification when you...
Yeah, I know. I'm the one who made you into the witch. The one who killed you. I don't expect or deserve your forgiveness. I'd still like a chance to make amends in any way you wish, even if it means being cursed for all eternity.
I'm here to release your soul. Once that's done, that's it for me. No curses, no forgiveness, nothing.
Huh. So you're cutting ties completely? Damn.
Truthfully, I had no idea how you felt about me. But that ship sailed long ago. Far, far too long ago.
I know.
Nothing can change how I feel about you. Not anymore.
I bet.
In a way, just cutting him loose and not interacting with him at all is kind of the worst thing she can do to him.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Good for her.
I'm going to release your soul now.
Could you hold off on that a moment? I don't expect you to reciprocate or even accept, but if I don't put my feelings into words, I'll never get them through to you. I think that's how she put it anyway. So I ask for this one last chance to put them into words. Morgana.
That's me. Morgana.
Sorry. I'm gonna bulldoze you. My line now.
It's your turn.
It's my turn.
Fine.
The girl with the white hair. My wife.
Michelle. Whatever.
Something about that name always felt off to me. I could never shake the feeling that calling her that was somehow wrong. When I first saw that smile, I was dead certain that she was what had always been missing from my life. That I had finally found what I'd been searching for. And now, I know why. Because I felt you in her. The memories of you ingrained on my soul.
You should know better than anyone that we're nothing alike. That girl wouldn't say anything remotely impolite even if you held a knife to her throat.
You're right. You're nothing alike. But you've both got this aura about you that drew me in. Your soul's aura. I loved you dearly, Morgana. I've
Ew.
got no right to ask anything of you, I know.
You.
You say ew?
You.
Ew. But could you maybe smile for me? Just once is all I ask.
I can't do it. I should. I know I should. That would let us end things on a nice note. But I can't force myself to smile. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for putting you in that position. I've said my piece. I'm ready now.
Okay. Very well then. Farewell, Jacopo. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless field of fate.
Goodbye, Morgana.
You couldn't have done anything more for him?
Such as... I won't deny that my feelings about him are complicated, but the things he did to me, they eclipse all of that. Merely learning the truth, hearing how he felt, is nowhere near enough to erase that.
Couldn't you at least put a little hope into your next lives? That maybe you two could try again?
No, I can't. I don't want to encounter him again. Ever.
Then if nothing else, could you try not to forget that he did save you once?
I suppose. Though my salvation, Michael, was not ultimately at his hands. I was watching to the very end. It may all have been an illusion constructed from the memories of everyone's souls. But that didn't make your actions any less real. The things you said to me, your earnest desperation. Learning the truth is only partly why I decided to release their souls. The biggest reason, however, was seeing how far you went for me. If you hadn't been there for my death, if you hadn't done what you did, then I would not have freed them.
Nonetheless, is it unfair for me to wish that you'd shown him that smile instead? Morgana.
Well, that's the last of them. Shall we be off now? The front door should be open, now that I'm not willing it closed any longer. Shall we take our leave of this house?
Save here.
Sava.
Baba. Which one do you think is the wrong answer? Because we have one more bad end.
I'm assuming it's let's go because...
I don't know, whatever you think. Let's go.
Very well.
Eh.
My phone is being difficult.
Fuck's sake.
I was just trying to check the battery and it was like, no black screen for you. It had a full page app and the app had stopped working, but like it also had the bars on the top and bottom gone. And I'm like, I just want to know if you're charged. Having finished what we set out to do, we made our way to the mansion's entrance hall. The large door stands there firmly shut, holding in the darkness it has for countless generations. But that time is almost at an end. The door is ready to be opened. To end the cycle, to begin anew.
I never thought I would see the day. I never thought this door would ever need to be opened.
There's a world of light waiting out there. I'm sure of it.
Light, hardly a friend to me.
You don't need to be afraid of it anymore.
Are you not at all worried? There's no guarantee any hope lies beyond that door. After all, when the mansion disappears, so too will we.
And that is the rightful state of things. Our present forms may cease to exist, but our souls will live on. And so as long as they do, we will eventually return to the world. Let us press onward, not fearing a temporary end. She gives barely a noticeable nod. We step up to the large door standing side by side, each placing a hand on its hard surface. The end, at last, is within our reach. We need merely cross the barrier. I take in a deep breath. I look up at the door and slowly push it open, welcoming the future it holds.
Burn the witch!
Ow.
It's the return!
The return! What?
We take one step back, then another. What we find outside is not a blinding realm of light, but a churning blackness and stench of blood and rust. Metal clanks, growing louder with each heavy footstep of the approaching night. So for the record, I knew it wasn't Burn the Witch Kid, but I wanted you to say it so bad. Death to the unholy. 3 days and 3 nights hanged upon a cross, purified by the fires of heaven. Death.
What's going on? I never summoned this thing.
Even though we're no longer holding hands, I can feel Morgana trembling. She's no longer the witch, the once absolute ruler of this domain, but a frightened young girl. Placing my arm around her shoulders and pulling her in, I stare, half dumbfounded at the knight. It is our holy duty as knights of the church to deliver punishment unto the heathen who made a pact with the devil. The knight draws nearer and nearer, its movement sluggish but constant. Didier, crucify the witch. Cast judgment upon the demon. The word witch coming from the deliriously vengeful phantom's mouth proves far more distressing for Morgana than for me. Please come to your senses, Didier. I know it's you. Judgment, crucifixion, execution. Didier!
No, I'm not a witch.
The knight is partially occluded by the dark, writhing miasma enveloping him, but he bears the same muscular build as the Didier I knew in life, and he's unwaveringly determined to see us executed. He draws ever nearer, pushing us back into the mansion. Morgana, if you run into Giselle out there, take care of her, okay?
What?
You must make it outside.
Michael.
Only your soul has the power to destroy this mansion. Crucify the witch. The knight slams an armored foot against the ground, and as he raises his blade, I grab Morgana by the shoulders and shove her out the door.
Michael!
Once she's beyond the barrier, her body quickly fades out of sight. Meanwhile, death. The knight's blade pierces my breast at the very same place it did at my life's end. Despite not having a body of flesh, blood spurts from the wound, staining my clothes red and dripping down my chest to form a puddle beneath me. Didier. It is my duty to punish the impure. Didier, please. To uphold the Bollinger name. Snap out of it. It is my duty as the eldest son. Didier. It looks like you're the same as us. Trapped by your own curse. Shackled by the weight of all of your responsibilities. As a knight, as the firstborn son. It is my duty to kill the witch. This doesn't have to go on any longer. Didier. If I could, I'd release you from those bonds. But I no longer can. If I don't do something, though, you're liable to spend eternity drifting through the darkness in the chains of your obsession. Which leaves me one option. To provide you salvation. Didier. I'll save you, Didier. I'll save you from your duty. Do you remember when you and Georges would practice sword fighting in the courtyard? I always wanted to join you, but I never did get the chance. I wanted to hold a sword in my hands. I wanted you to teach me how to use it. This is not what I was hoping, how I was hoping our first match would go. Unfortunately, I have no other choice. Gathering what remains of my strength, I wish. I've held that blade before, so it should respond to my call. The blade with which I extinguished the white-haired girl. Didier! Clasping my hands around the hilt, I point the longsword at Didier and thrust it into his chest. He staggers, falling into me, and as I lack the strength to support his muscular body, the two of us go down together, landing in the pool of blood below. Didier, I won't leave you alone. We'll both vanish from this world together. I'm sorry, Giselle. It doesn't look like we'll be seeing each other again. It doesn't look like I'll be able to take your hand and tell you how much I adore your smile. Mine and my brother's souls are going to meet their eternal end here. Never will I have the chance to be with you again. I beg of you to please forgive me for being incapable of making any other choice. I just couldn't leave my brother behind. I'm so sorry. And I pray, Giselle, that there may be a bountiful light in your life. I mean, you chose right. You chose right to choose wrong.
That was sad.
That scene gets me every fucking time.
Mm.
Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
I can't believe you'd lie to me. Why would you lie to me?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold it together.
It's okay. There's still one more soul that needs releasing.
Be my guide. It's so hard to do her voice when I'm in tears.
It's okay. Do you need a minute? Or do you think you can power through?
I'm gonna power through.
Okay. Still holding Morgana's hand, I make my way to the wall. Where the landscape
Oh my
painting
god,
hangs.
George's, I forgot about him.
Yeah, George's...
He's in the painting.
You ready?
Yeah.
You get to do the gay voice. You told me to come back if I ever figured out your name. George's.
Hey, Michael.
Hello.
How'd you figure out it was me?
Of course I'd recognize my own brother. Well, granted, I didn't recognize you at first.
It's not every day your big bro winds up as a painting, huh?
It came as quite a surprise when I finally made the connection.
I'll bet it did. Hold on. You two are brothers?
I assumed you knew.
Oh, hello there. Quite the companion you've got there, Michael. So what brings you two to my little corner of the house? I've decided I'm going to extinguish the mansion. Oh, really? Well, isn't that something? You act like I just told you what I'm having for supper. This place is going to disappear. Forever. Well, yeah, sure, but what brought about this? I've lost interest in crossing them. Ah, now that's some good news.
He still sounds like they've just told him they're having meatloaf.
Yeah.
You seem to get along surprisingly well with her.
Time out the hoo-ha and nobody else to talk to, and we'll do that to you. That was a difficult sentence for no good reason. Not that she ever gave me the time of day much. You expect me to stand here and listen to you yammer on for hours on end?
It's George's me.
You. The only thing you're good for is tossing rubbish into.
I mean, I hope I'm not a bigot. George's.
George's.
Wait, so she was the one who put the master bedroom key in the painting?
That she was. Just tossed her right on in without even asking.
Why would you get rid of the key to my room?
I had no use for it. And being in that room always made me uncomfortable. It had this terrible warmth to it. I couldn't stand it.
Ah, what you eating there, Morgana?
Cola bottles.
I don't think you're meant to eat the cola bottles. I think you're meant to drink the cola.
Cola bottles. Sure, glad she only tossed the key though. Would have been bad if she'd thrown me out with it. I didn't see the need. I did find it curious there was a soul here I hadn't summoned, but you were ultimately harmless. So I simply pretended you weren't there.
So she ignored him for hundreds of years?
I understand now what you meant, Michael, when you said this world didn't belong only to me. Your brother was able to find his way here, because it's a place deeply bound to your soul. Now, I'm no expert on none of this spiritual stuff. All I know is one day I was just here. Here and full of regret. So if I had to guess, I'd say I probably ended up here because I wanted to be somewhere where I could feel you, Michael.
George's.
Would you be so kind as to let me apologise?
I know quite well how sorry you are. And you've already apologized once, besides. I went years not seeing you, not hearing from you, not having any idea what you thought about me. So when I got that painting, it was a huge blow to me emotionally. But talking to you again, it was reminded me what kind of person you really are, Georges. You didn't mean to hurt me.
Nope. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. Mom said paint it, so I painted it. And when she told me she sent it off to you, I really didn't think anything of it. It never even crossed my mind to think about how you felt out there, all alone. The kind of pain you were going through just because of the way you were born. When you're not the one on the receiving end, it's easy to be completely blind to your own actions. It never even occurred to me that we'd essentially exiled you, Michael. Not until it was all over. Really, all I can say is, I'm sorry you got stuck with such a dope for a brother. All I had to do was think about it for 2 seconds and I would have realised what we were doing. And you know, at the time I thought, what's it matter if you're a guy or a girl? You're still you. But I was wrong. It's not that simple. I can only imagine someone coming up to me one day and said, nah, you're actually a girl. And everyone I care about suddenly not wanting anything to do with me. What a drag that'd be.
He's just talking about it like it's fucking nothing. It's so funny. Everyone else being so serious, and he's just like, ah, what a drag. That would kind of suck.
That would suck, man. I'm real sorry, bro.
Bro. It's okay, Georges. I forgive you.
Thanks.
I wanted so badly to see you and Didier again, Georges. And while I didn't get that chance in life, I'm still glad to have the opportunity to talk to you now. To hear the things you never got to say. It pains me to see you reduced to this form, but knowing that it's a result of overwhelming regret, that you were just that desperate to find me again, it warms my heart. What on earth was that?
Me trying my damnedest not to burst into tears. I don't think it worked very well though. Does the canvas look wet? Did you feel it for me?
I think I'll pass.
Not feeling up for any love.
This part gets me fucking howling every time. Oh my god. Honestly, I'm relieved to see you're still the same George as I always knew.
Changing ain't really my thing after all.
I suppose it isn't.
This doesn't sit right with me.
What? Why not?
You're letting him off the hook far too easily, Michael. I know very well just how much pain that painting caused you. It might as well have been what resurrected me.
I've moved past it though.
Make him pay for what he did. Scribble on him.
Scribble on him.
Scribble on him.
Do what?
Scrawl your anger all over that ridiculous painting.
But I'm not angry.
Well, that's a damn fine idea if I can have one. You most definitely need to make me pay, Michael.
Georges?
Go on, hit me with everything you got. Scribble away.
Even if I wanted to, I have nothing to draw with.
Just use your finger and I'll trace it out for you. Come on, what are you waiting for?
He really wants me to draw on him, doesn't he?
He more than deserves it, Michael.
Bring it on, Michael.
This conversation got bizarre fast. Okay. I'll draw on you.
Aww. Oh my. Now that is downright ghastly.
What?
You might actually have potential, Michael. Voodoo dolls are the last thing I expected from you.
4 of them at that.
And a demonic being alongside them.
Oh, I can just feel your burning rancor, Michael.
That's not what I drew at all.
What? Then what is it?
It's not important. Now that that's finished, I think it's time we took our leave.
Oh, can I come too?
Well, I might need a little help with that, Michael. As you can see,
Walking ain't one of my talents.
That's alright, I'll carry you.
careful taking me off my hook.
By all means, feel free to drop him, Michael. I must say, that is a rather amusing sight.
Definitely not every day you get to see a full-grown man-ton painting being hauled down a spooky hole by his low bro.
Georges.
It does make me wonder though, are you two really brothers? I have a hard time believing you share even a drop of blood with this obnoxious lout, Michael.
We are brothers, right, Georges?
Oh, don't you start questioning it too, Michael. We are absolutely, positively, 100% brothers.
She has a good point, though. We don't even look that much alike.
No shocking family plot twists here. I've known you since you were a baby, Michael.
Maybe you were secretly illegitimate, Georges, not me.
You're not gonna let go of this, are you?
I'm just playing with you.
Oh my god, you just laughed.
Yes?
What? I didn't get to see it. What was it like? Give me all the details. An ordinary laugh. Is the world ending?
It's not that big a deal. I laugh just like everyone else.
No, you most certainly do not.
Nope, you definitely don't.
Well, so much for my tearful reunion with the lover I always knew and loved.
Sorry. It's just...
Well.
Yeah, that's exactly where my brain went when you went, well...
Mm-hmm.
Well...
Anyway, since we're breaking character here, how about one from our favourite witch too? I know cackling, that doesn't count. Excuse me, why would you want me to? Because every time I've seen you smile, it's never been about anything good. Plus, now that you got your face back, you're actually quite the looker. Go on, give me a big old grin. Not happening. Come on. Okay, fine. If you don't want to do it for me, pretend it's for Michael.
What do I have to do with anything?
You can do it for old Michael, can't you? Show him those pearly whites, girly.
You are so cringe, Georges.
Oh, if you insist, I suppose I can smile for Michael, but only him. Excuse me, was that supposed to be my voice? Because I do not sound anything like that.
You kinda do. It's almost like you're being voiced by the same person.
I know, shocking.
Look at you, all puffing your cheeks and red in the face.
Georges, try not to tease her too much.
I don't know how anyone can stand you. It's like every word that comes out of your mouth exists solely to ruin the mood.
You know, maybe it wouldn't hurt to lighten up a bit. This is the end of a long journey, but that doesn't mean that we have to make it somber and an uptight affair.
I am genuinely not sure how I feel about you. The most somberly uptight man I know, telling me to lighten up.
She's got a point, but I'm not that bad, am I?
Anyway, shall we be off now?
That we shall.
The witch and our band of merry men departs. I'm not sure if one person in a talking painting constitutes a band.
Giselle, I know we'll find each other again. I have faith that we will. We'll cast away this mansion's darkness, and then I'll await your return, no matter how long it takes. Yes, I think it's time we took our leave. Are you forgetting something, Michael?
He's forgetting something.
Mm-hmm. Having finished what we set out to do, and retrieved George's as well, we make our way to the mansion's entrance hall. The large door stands there firmly shut, holding in the darkness as it has for countless generations. But the time is almost at an end. The door is ready to be opened, to end the cycle and begin anew.
Being a painting for all these years, I never realised just how big this place was. All I ever got to see was a hallway, maybe a couple of doors. I mean, talk about dull, you know? Feels like I'm on an adventure, exploring a whole new world. A very, very dark world.
Morgana's just like, shut up!
Yeah.
Michael, would you mind shutting him up?
If only it were that simple.
Can you blame me for being talkative? It was a lonely life. That would be fine if you had any concept of the appropriate time and place to be chatty. Are you aware of where we are right now?
The entrance, by the looks of things.
Precisely. The end to a centuries-long act of vengeance is but a few feet beyond that door. And you're chatting away like it's another day at the court. Try to maintain at least a semblance of gravity if you would.
I'm starting to notice you're rather ceremonious, aren't you, Morgana?
This is a day to be celebrated, not to be all stiff and no fun allowed. Are you not at all worried? There's no guarantee any hope lies beyond that door. After all, when the mansion disappears, so too will we.
And that is the rightful state of things. Our present forms may cease to exist, but our souls will live on, and so long as they do, we will eventually return to the world. Let us press onward, not fearing a temporary end.
Well said, Michael. If I had feet, you'd have just swept me right off of them.
Georges, I'm beginning to wonder what would happen if I threw you at a wall.
No, let's not do anything hasty. Oh, for God's sake. You're the guide. Let's go then, shall we?
She is so fucking done.
She is done. She has had enough.
So what is he forgetting? It's fine. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Morgana's right. There's a severe lack of gravity to the affair, but thanks to George's lackadaisical nature, whatever fear I had is gone as well. His ever playful interactions bring me back to when I was alive. To when it was me and my two brothers. Fond memories of the time we had together. Of the admiration I had for them. Of me chasing after them. Nothing could possibly replace those days, and I'm glad I had a chance to reflect on them, if briefly, before the end. I take a few steps forward, stopping just in front of the door, and Morgana stops beside me. I envision the light that lies beyond it, radiant and white, waiting to rip through the darkness. The light we seek, that we've long sought. I take a deep breath, look up at the door, place my hand on the hard surface, and push it open, welcoming the future it holds. Burn the witch!
What?
Crucify the impure. We take a step back, then another. What we find outside is not a blinding realm of light, but a churning blackness and the stench of blood and rust. Metal clanks, growing louder with each footstep of the approaching night. Death to the unholy. 3 days and 3 nights hanged upon a cross, purified by the fires of heaven. Death.
What's going on? I never summoned this thing.
Even though we're no longer holding hands, I can feel Morgana trembling. She's no longer the witch, the once absolute ruler of this domain, but a frightened young girl. Placing my arm around her shoulders and pulling her in, I stare half dumbfoundedly at the night. It is our holy duty as knights of the church to deliver punishment unto the heathen who made a pact with the devil. The night draws near and nearer, its movement sluggish but constant. To the air.
Wait, for real?
Crucify the witch. Cast judgment upon the demon. The word witch, coming from the delirious, vengeful phantom's mouth, proves far more distressful to Morgana than me.
Whoa, hold on. What's Dee doing here?
Please come to your senses, Didier. I know it's you. Judgment, crucifixion, execution.
No, I'm not a witch.
The night is partially occluded by the dark, writhing miasma enveloping him, but he bears the same muscular build as the Didier I knew in life, and he's unwaveringly determined to see us executed. Didier, this is not how I'd hoped a reunion would go, Didier. Why after so long? Is this how the three of us find each other again? Images flashed through my mind. The day I left the Bollinger estate, when Didier promised that we would one day meet again. Them each giving me a hug before I climbed into the carriage. First Didier, then Georges. Is this my fault? Is he here because I wish to be reunited with my brothers? Is this the way fate chose to grant that wish? Burn the witch.
Oh, look at that. Guess I'm not your only blockheaded brother, huh?
Georges, there is a time and a place. Georges.
Before you get any bright ideas, Michael, it's not your fault our long-awaited family reunion didn't quite go as planned. Just like me, he cursed himself. Only it seems his was a whole lot more powerful. God, I really didn't pay a lick of attention to either of you, did I?
The unclean witch must be purified from this world. It is my duty.
Hey, Dee, are you in there? I shoved a whole lot of crap on your plate, with keeping up with the family name, taking care of Mom. Just about everything I could leave to you, I did.
I must uphold the honor of the family name.
And then, when it was all over, I blamed you for killing our little brother. I was convinced that you could do anything, that you were stronger than anyone.
Crucify the witch.
I'm sorry, Dee.
Burn the witch! He continued his plodding march forward, seemingly unaffected. It's impossible to tell if George's words are getting through to him. Stop that, Didier, please. And my words don't seem to be either. Didier! He's closing in on us, and we're running out of space to retreat.
Alright, Dee, if that's how it's gotta be. But just this once, okay?
The knight takes another heavy, merciless step towards us. The exit's right there, but we're backed up against the wall. The end was almost within our grasp, yet it seems to be hopelessly far away now. Please, Didier, don't do this. I know you don't actually want to hurt anyone. Didier! The knight raises his sword, thrusting it forward with a sharp whoosh. Death! But then, breaking free from my grasp, the painting leaps into the air.
I'm really sorry. You got stuck with a pair of adults for brothers.
George's! The next second, my eldest brother's blade pierces George's. George's! George's! His form wavers momentarily before fading into the darkness, his voice lingering behind.
Don't worry about me, Michael. I got my share of redemption already. I know we can be a bit of a pain, but do for Dee what you did for me, would ya? Now go on, call out to him. Suck in a big old breath, and call out to our brother with everything you got.
George's! It is my duty to punish the impure. Ah! To uphold the Bollinger name. Didier! Despite having already stabbed George's, the knight continues his march. Blade pointed straight at me. I clench my teeth and glare at my eldest brother. Running is out of the question. This doesn't have to go on any longer. It is my duty as the eldest son. You deserve to be freed from your bonds as well. Be gone from this world. Didier! I shout his name with every ounce of air in my lungs. His eyes go wide, and his blade swerves off course, missing my heart. And piercing my gut instead. Didier, it's okay. You can let go now. It's not your responsibility anymore. You have no duty to anything anymore. Didier! I reach a hand out for my brother. Blood spills from the hole in my abdomen in rhythmic spurts. And I can feel something hot rising in my throat. But that doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop my hand crawling through the air towards him. He's my brother. I have to do what I can for him. Oopsie. Free him! Bring him back! Didier, there's nothing there. Nothing here in need of your judgment. With shaking fingers, I clasp my brother's arm. I squeeze, holding on to what vigor remains and giving another shout. Look me in the eyes, Didier, please. Hear my voice. Hear your brother's voice. I can't stand to lose anyone else. If you don't come to your senses, then George's sacrifice will have been in vain. It's time for you to break free. For all three of us to be free of the curses we placed on ourselves. Didier, please! I hear a sound that's somewhere between a grunt and a gasp. My vision's gone blurry, so I blink several times, clearing my eyes to get a better look at him. Didier! I see his face, twisted in anguish. Michael. Didier. Oh, thank goodness. You heard my voice. Did I do this to you, Michael? It's nothing. I've made the same terrible mistake once more. Didier, I've caused you so much harm. Attempted to take your life. It's all right, Didier. Michael, release yourself from the chains that bind you. But those aren't your duties anymore. You don't have to protect the family name, or uphold the Order's standards. You can do as you wish. Punish me for my wrongdoing. Please, Michael, punish me. Didier, cast judgment upon me. It's all in the past. Judgment is not necessary for anyone. That doesn't change what I did. I killed you. I hanged you from a cross. I must be made to pay for my sins. Punish me, Michael. I implore you. Didier, I think I know now why you never removed your helm that day. Why you remained silent for the whole ordeal. Michael, you were crying, weren't you? Weeping for me. Your tears are atonement enough for me. Michael, you bore a great deal of responsibility in life. As the Bollinger's firstborn son, you were obligated to protect the family's honor. And as a knight of the church, you were tasked with the duty of my execution. You had no other choice. I sincerely believe there was nothing else you could have done. I bear no grudge against you. No resentment for the decisions you were forced to make. And I certainly don't curse you. Let's just forget it all. It's long and overdone. Still, it was a mistake I never should have made. I took the life of the purest soul I know. There's no honor in that. Didier. I put protecting the family name above protecting my actual family. You trusted me. You believed in me to the very end, and I killed you. I knew what I was doing. I knew you weren't cursed. I knew you weren't a witch. I knew you weren't a demon child. You were never unclean. You're my brother. Your family. And I robbed you of your life. There's no one in this world more unfit to be a knight than me. You don't have to be a knight anymore. You don't have to be the Bollinger's firstborn son. Deciding not to wear those labels, it won't make you any less than the brother I've always loved. I'm honored to have been born into the same family as you, Michael. There's something I never had the chance to tell you, Didier. All my life I looked up to you, admired you, and I still do even now. If there's a next life awaiting us, I hope we can be brothers again, Didier. Would you mind if I wished for that? No, of course not. Please do. And I hope you'll allow me to wish for the same. I love you, Michael. My dearest little brother. Upon those words, Didier's phantom begins fading away. A white mist that almost looks like it's made of undulating particles of light rise up around him. And before he's completely enveloped, I catch a glimpse of tears streaking his cheeks. It's the first time I've ever seen him crying. I attempt to give him a smile in return, but if I were to guess, I'd say it probably looked rather forced. The fact that I'm fighting back tears at the same time certainly isn't doing anything to make it more convincing. Before he's completely faded away, I wrap my arms around my brother's shoulders, much like he did for me on the day of my exile. Not as an eternal farewell, but as a promise that we'll meet again. Didier, Georges, right now in this moment, I have no regrets about having been born a Bollinger. All I have is great pride. So I pray that one day, be it in 10 or 1,000 years from now, the three of us can be reunited.
I've got a number of things going through my mind right now.
Morgana?
Just not sure how to put any of it into words.
Don't worry, these words say everything.
You can cry if you want. I won't mock you, I promise.
No, I won't cry. I'll save my tears for our reunion.
Oh. That painting, it didn't have to get itself destroyed.
He'll be fine, I'm sure. I have faith. And as you know quite well, wishes do come true. Would you mind giving me a hand, Morgana? I'm going to need a little help getting back up. After a moment's pause, she hesitantly extends her fleshless hand. I clasp the bones and with her aid pull myself to my feet. Blood spurts from my gut as I do. There's not much in the way of pain, strangely, only creeping exhaustion. I feel like my legs would give out if I give them the chance. Leaning on Morgana, we make our way back to the entrance.
You're not going to disappear, are you?
Don't worry, Morgana. I won't disappear.
Alright.
Let's open the door together. Bring light into this world of darkness. Move forward. Start anew, brighter.
Let's.
I take in a deep breath. Look up at the door. My eyes on the future. It's time to open the door. Not to an ending, but the door to a new beginning. May the world that awaits us be filled with light. Immersed in a near blinding light, we press onward. It's white in all directions, not the tiniest speck of color to contaminate it. In fact, the concept of direction doesn't even seem to exist in this world. Only pure, never-ending white. Actually, no. That's not right now that I consider it. I was thinking of white as an absence of color. But white, the color, fills this plane.
So, it's all disappearing. We made the right choice, didn't we?
What do you think, Spirit? Did we make the right choice?
I don't know.
You're scared.
I'm having a moment.
You're naked and afraid. I mean, emotionally naked. You are wearing clothes, unfortunately.
I'm wearing clothes.
Yes, this is how it's meant to be. You know, I really wish we'd fucked before the stream, because I know I'm not getting any after. Too many big feelings. It's okay, you want to hold my hand for a second? I'm making jokes. It's okay. I make jokes.
You making jokes.
You're a rather impressive man, I hope you realise.
How's the thing go? Whore.
Or. I was trying to. He was telling me outside that he was surprised that I was picking up references from Rick and Morty because I don't like it. But he
Can't
does.
stand it.
So I was picking things up just because, you know, he likes it. And then he said that it would be like him picking up Five Nights at Freddy's references.
Not that I dislike Five Nights at Freddy's, by the way. It's just that I'm really not into it, and it was the only thing I could think of that he's really into that I'm not super into.
So I then said to him that I'm surprised he hasn't picked up whore as a stem.
Whore. Do it one more time. I'm still learning the tune. It's fine. I'm still learning the tune.
You're okay.
I'm still learning the tune. One more time.
Whore.
I'm still learning.
He's learning it.
I'm learning it.
Not only did you free 3 trapped souls, you also saved your brother.
Just putting a cushion down for my hand.
You can have your hand back if you want.
It's okay, I was just putting a cushion down for it. I didn't do any of that alone. Without help, I doubt I would have made it this far. No, without help, you die.
Yeah.
So, I would have shattered yet again until nothing was left.
And Giselle gave you that strength?
She did.
So, what? You're going to wait here for her?
I am.
In that condition?
I won't let myself disappear before she makes it that.
Do you remember the warning I gave you in the mansion? About how if a soul is damaged and destroyed, it's wholly and utterly erased from existence? Never to return in any shape or form? If you lose much more blood, that's what will happen to you.
Sorry, she said 4 minutes, sounded like 4, and
Yeah.
You'll be erased. Forever.
Don't worry, I won't let that happen.
You push yourself too hard, Michael. I feel like you're hurt in some way almost every time I see you. Though I suppose about half of that would be my doing.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
You may have caused me some pain, but I also wouldn't be here without you.
What?
So you can have your hand back as hot and like that.
I mean, it was really hurting me from the get-go, but I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna do it if it made you feel better. I mean it. That he means well, I'm confused.
That he'll be fine.
Oh, right.
He's not gonna let himself disappear before Giselle gets back.
Right. Sorry, that, yes. I got distracted by the whore, so... I'm crying, but like I'm distracted. Besides, I've practically only ever seen you hurt too.
I suppose so.
Whatever form your soul may assume in your next life, I'll be praying that there's far less pain in it for you.
This is why I'll never get along with you. Always concerned about others. Can I ask you something?
Hmm?
If you were to be born again, would you want it to be in a fully male body?
Hell yes, I mean, that's what I've always wanted, so yes I would.
In your next life, if you have one, do you want to see Giselle again?
Absolutely I do.
And what if you don't have one or the other? Which would you choose?
Do you even need that?
No, I suppose not. You know, I'm neither a witch nor a saint, just an ordinary powerless soul now. So my wishes aren't likely to cause any more miracles. But I think I'll wish for something anyway.
For what?
Not telling. Well, I'll be off then.
Alright.
I didn't think it would be so difficult to come up with something once.
You can say whatever you like. The first thing that comes to mind is fine.
Okay, then I'll say to you the same thing I said today. Farewell, Michael. Until our souls cross paths once more around the sphere of fate.
It's fine, there's a part coming up that I think you're gonna like. Farewell indeed.
Stop talking, Morgana. It's hard to do your voice when I'm crying.
It's fine, I can think of another voice that's gonna be hard for you to do while crying that you're about to have to do, so it's fine.
For fuck's sake. If by some infinitesimally slow chance we do happen to meet again, would you be my friend?
Bro! Morgana. Bro! Absolutely, I wouldn't want it any other way. It's okay, we're almost there. We're almost there, you got this. Just a little bit more. It's like 5 more minutes. Maybe.
Fuck's sake. I'm not a nice person, you know. I'm nothing like the white-haired girl. I'm sure to be off-putting and rude, to cause you much grief and pain.
I'm just gonna keep telling him it's 5 minutes until it's actually 5 minutes, guys. Don't worry. I'm resilient enough to handle a little pain without pulling away. You're fine as you are. You don't need to change. So let's meet up again in our next lives and become good friends.
Not good friends, and not acquaintances either. Just plain friends, understood?
Understood.
I'm rather looking forward to it. Now this is goodbye for real. So I suppose I'll part with the one characteristic honesty. I'm glad to have had you in my life, Michael. And thank you for everything.
Morgana.
Farewell.
Until our souls cross paths once more. It's so quiet. So unbelievably desolate. Giselle, you've endured centuries waiting for me to return. I'll wait right here for as long as I must. And that's the end. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
You're a liar.
I'm a liar and a scoundrel. Oh, no, that's the end. Oh, no, no. Okay, I'm gonna keep making jokes so you don't have to cry as much. I can feel the mansion, that gathering place for the departed, fading away. I did it, Giselle. I broke the curse. I cast off the darkness. I saved Morgana. And all the other souls trapped there. I couldn't have done it without you. I miss you, Giselle. All I want is to see your face. To hear your voice. Feel your warmth. Tell you how much I love your smile. Where are you, Giselle? I know I said I wouldn't let myself disappear until you came back, and I'm wishing with all my might for my body to hold out. But it doesn't seem to be working very well. I'm coming to realize as I grow weaker that the will of one man is nothing to face the will of the universe. Where are you, Giselle? I can't see you anywhere. Just 5 more minutes, I promise. I can see right through my hands, Giselle. My lower body is already gone, and the rest of it is following. I hope you'll still be able to find me, even without a body. I've lost my voice now, Giselle. I don't have much left to lose. I'm dissolving into the light. Say my name, Giselle. I want to hear you say my name. I'm here, waiting for you. It's okay. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes and I'm probably not foolish yet. Probably. It's okay. Keep having a moment. Where are you, Giselle? Am I making it through to you even a little? I need you. I can't allow myself to disappear until you've returned. I'm only holding it together because I already know what to expect, so... Well, otherwise, I would be just as bubbly as you, but I have my expectations set from the beginning.
Hopefully that means it's good.
It doesn't mean anything, it just means that I knew what to expect. But hopefully it's a good ending. Giselle. It's okay. But do you see what's on the screen? It's a good sign, isn't it? It's okay. The first time I played this, I had a big fucking ugly sob right here too. I think I sobbed doing literally nothing but sobbing for like 20 minutes because it was before I realized you could do breaks in a stream. So I just sat there sobbing on camera with everyone staring at me. For like 20 fucking minutes. This was when Lyra was reading it with me, so she was just like, I don't understand why you're crying. And I'm just sitting there sobbing. 5 more minutes.
I finally found you. I'm sorry it took so long. Don't worry, Michael. I know that's you. I'll always be able to recognize you, no matter what. You don't have to be afraid. I wouldn't have made it out if it weren't for you, Michael.
You know, Cryptic, hold this shit together, come on.
A ray of light reached deep into the darkness, all the way down to where I was lost. It was a light more radiant than anything I've ever seen. So much so I couldn't hold back my tears.
At least you sound accurate.
Yeah. You fought so very hard. You broke the mansion's curse, released it from the darkness. I was right about you. You are strong. Immeasurably so. Can you hear me there, Michael? I'm sorry for keeping you waiting so long, for letting you deteriorate like this. But thank you. Thank you for waiting. Now it's time for us to return back to our rightful places. So please, Michael, don't disappear on me. Don't let your soul's flame be extinguished. I beg you, keep holding on. There's still so much I need to tell you. I want to hear your voice. I want to feel your arms around me once more. I don't care when, as long as I can have that someday. So that means I need you to not disappear on me. Michael? Michael?
You know, this part of the story right here, it gives me the same feeling I get in my chest every time I think about that, 3 months I disappeared on you? Like, I get such a guilt when I think about that, and this part of this game, it forces me to think about that. And it really gets to me. Because it's one of the things that I've done in my life that despite the fact it wasn't intentional, will probably never fully forgive myself for. For those of you who aren't familiar with the story, I had a seizure a while back, and it was so bad that I lost a lot of memory for quite a while. I forgot how to speak an entire language. I forgot how to play an instrument. I lost several subjects worth of knowledge from school, and I forgot all of my friends, every single one of them, and did not contact them for several months. Anyone who was just a phone number in my phone, all contacts in my phone itself, I deleted because I couldn't remember who any of them were, so I figured they were old and I didn't need them anymore. So there are several people that I lost contact with that I will never get to speak to again during this time. With Spirit, I deleted the app that I spoke to him on at the time, which was Discord and Tumblr. Deleted both of those, and I eventually remembered that I had friends there, and there was somebody. I remember this feeling of like, there is somebody really important to me, and I don't know who they are. I can't remember who they are, but there is someone very important to me, and I need to be able to reach out to them. So I went on this search, and I started downloading basically every single social media app to try to figure out if I had an account or not. Because I couldn't remember you specifically, but I remember there was somebody so undeniably important to me that I needed to talk to. And so I searched through all these apps. I probably spent almost a week trying to figure it out. And then I eventually found you. Because my memory was just that shit after the seizure. But I was gone for months. And it's something that I really struggled to think about or talk about. I've actually gotten a new therapist recently and was having to give him the lowdown on my life, and that was the only part where I almost cried. I was able to talk about literally every other bad thing that's happened in my life, but that was the only bit that really got to me. You can do it. You got this. We can tough through, and then we can have Siggy Wiggies.
That's not the right song.
No?
No.
Oh, which one is it?
What?
Is it not? No.
There you go.
Hey, I'm trying so hard to help this boy hold it together. Would it make you feel any better if I said we don't have to do a raid or anything tonight? When the game is over, we would just say a quiet goodbye, and that will be it. Yeah. You get big hug. Sicky Wiggy.
Yeah.
We have stuff out. We can potentially have pizzas if you're still feeling up to that.
Okay. But I believe in you, Michael. I believe you're still there. That you're still holding on. So I ask that one day you come and take my hand again. The fuck? What the fuck?
Does this one end differently than the other one? Come on, Skippy Skippy. Skippy Skippy. I don't think it's over. I don't think, because I know that there are some changes between this one and the more recent version, but I think that there's something else that still happens, and I don't think that this is the end, because we've not gotten the achievements for 100%ing the game yet. It's interesting that Maria and Pauline die at the same age both times.
Yeah.
Also, they kind of allude to it. They mention that Didier was struggling to live with himself with what he did. I think it's implied that he committed suicide.
That was the impression I got.
The game does not confirm it in any way, but I think that that's what happened. That's the impression I get. Who is boy?
Don't know who
Just
it is.
give boy a generic.
Hello, anybody in there? Class is about to start, and last I checked, the teacher never came in through the window.
Oh, right. Just a second.
You've been doing that a lot lately. Just staring out the window. You watching for something or just spacing out?
There's this girl who's usually out there this time every day. Right over there. See her?
Oh, that one? Looks like she goes to the junior high a few streets down.
That's what I thought. But look at her hair. The flaxen color. It's almost the exact same color as mine. I can't get her out of my mind.
Oh, really? If you're that interested, why not go have a chat sometime?
Boy almost sounds like George's. Like, not even just the voice that you're giving him, but just the way the teasing manner he's got almost sounds like George's.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Obviously, you've got to go with the old classic. Hey, baby, want to get some ice cream and hang out?
That sounds like a great way to get slapped. I'm not trying to pick her up.
You're lying to yourself, man.
No, I don't know. I'm curious, that's all.
And I'm curious what makes your head work, because it sure ain't what everyone else's runs on. So get moving, it's almost time for class.
Wait, I'm coming. I wonder what her name is.
Fucking Nellie's voice, this is gonna go great. Hey, did you hear about the new ice cream shop that just opened up down by the bus stop?
I did. And I hear their mint is super good, too.
Oh, no, I want to try it. What do you say? You want to go check it out? Let's go. Get some of that mint with a big pile of chocolate chips on top.
Ooh, I know. I'll get a double scoop.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I'm going to get a double too. I bet the line's going to be crazy. We'd better get going or...
What is it?
There's a cute boy who goes to that school here, and I think we just locked eyes for a second.
Oh, what's he look like?
A prince.
A prince? Seriously?
Don't you be making fun of princes now.
You're not 9, you're 14. And you still haven't grown out of your fairy tale phase. Like, oh my god.
Just you wait. One of these days I'll meet a real prince and then you won't be laughing anymore.
Like you'd ever be able to get a real prince's attention.
Hey, that's not very nice. Sure, blockhead, meaning.
Come on, let's get going.
Oh, fine. I'll show you one day. That is my prince. We could be lucky to have a talented engineer like yourself assigned to our branch.
You give me too much credit, sir.
You don't give yourself enough credit. I've seen your record and you come highly recommended from HQ. I've got high hopes for you.
The higher your hopes, the greater the fallout when I make a mistake, which frightens me.
What you call a mistake is what we generally refer to as a great accomplishment. I don't think I've ever met anyone as close to the perfect human being as you.
I am far, far from perfect.
You Japanese really are a humble lot, aren't you?
Huh.
What is it?
I thought I saw a woman I recognize.
We got a lot of tourists from your part of the world around here.
She's not Japanese. No, I must have been imagining it. This is my first time in France, after all.
The art museum.
Shopping!
How can you take a vacation to France and not want to see the art?
We were there all day yesterday.
This blonde-haired woman not Maria?
Shit, yeah. We were there all day yesterday. And you agreed before we left today would be a shopping day.
That was before I realised just how big it was.
I completely forgot about Maria. I'm sorry, not gonna lie.
Just how many beautiful paintings they had on display. There's no way one day is enough to see it all.
One whole day left of my vacation, bored out of my skull. Not like you can eat the stuff, so what good is it anyway?
Please.
How about this? We go to a different museum, just no art this time.
Oh, what kind of museum if you don't want to look at art?
A torture museum.
I think I hate you.
Lighten up. You really telling me you don't want to see centuries of old torture devices from all around the world?
Absolutely not.
Then we stick to the plan and go shopping.
I'll have it your way. But you didn't have to be so... Watch out behind you.
But, god damn, that hurt. Oh, I'm sorry.
Want to watch where you're walking, why don't you? If you're so desperate to make a damn ruckus, go find a cafe somewhere out of the way.
Well, excuse me. I apologized, didn't I? No need to be such a dickwad.
Have you ever heard of talking or is yelling the only thing you're capable of? This is why I can't stand tourists. Have some damn consideration for the people who aren't just here to fool around. For the love of God.
What the hell's got your pants in it? Andy's gone.
That sure was something.
Something is right. An insufferable arsehole, more like. Burn in hell, motherfucker.
That said, I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
No, it's just your imagination.
You there, the paper. Good lord, the stock market is a damn mess. What a nightmare. The tourists don't know how to shut up. The French are a bunch of stuck-up snobs. The pizza's awful. Nobody knows how to make spaghetti. Maybe I should just pack up my bags and forget it all. What the hell is this? An article about the human voice? Scientists are studying the effect certain frequencies in the human voice have on the brain. Keep this mumbo jumbo out of the paper, my god. Save it for some paranormal or science magazine. Back to the stocks page. Damn it, the wind got my hat. What is wrong with today?
I believe this is yours.
Yeah. Thank you.
The pleasure is mine. Have a nice...
Well, hold on a second.
Yes?
First off, before I say anything, I am not trying to hit on you. Don't get the wrong idea. Now, have we met before?
I'm wondering if this is you.
It could be, but I just don't know which one it is.
I'm wondering... I don't know. Fuck it. We have, yes.
When and where?
A long, long time ago. Much too long for you to remember.
Excuse me?
Our paths crossed in a mansion many years ago. I'm thinking this is Morgana.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that you haven't changed a bit.
I'm not particularly in the mood for jokes and supernatural nonsense today.
I'm quite serious.
Oh, one more question. Do we have any shared acquaintances?
We do, yes. Though I could not say whether she's here or not. Hopefully you have the chance to cross paths with her. I too am looking for someone. Have a good day, sir.
Yeah, goodbye.
Oh.
What?
I realized who I think it is.
Who?
I think it's Giselle.
They don't label it clearly here, so it's hard for me to tell.
Yeah.
But I think this is still Giselle.
There are memories. Memories ingrained in my soul. Over the years I've grown gradually more distinct. And now at the age of 21 I remember everything. Were I to tell this to anyone, they would think me mad. So I've kept it to myself my whole life. I remember many ages ago there was a mansion. There I met and lost someone dear to me. I'm gonna cry again.
Yeah, it's definitely Giselle. Sorry. The person we thought was Morgana before was Giselle. My bad.
Oops.
There I waited for him to return. I remember all the centuries I spent waiting, and I remember he almost lost his soul trying to save me.
Almost. Did you see almost?
Almost. I am once again waiting for him. I am making my way to where that mansion once stood. Single red rose in hand. A rose containing all my hopes, my dreams, and my love. I pray on that it might one day reach you. Roses make wonderful gifts after all. I probably sound like I'm out of my mind, waiting for a man who exists only in my memories. A man who in my 21 years of life I've never even once even caught a glimpse of. But that doesn't matter, because I know how much he means to me. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I will wait. I will trust the memories burned into my soul. I don't know when he'll show up, or if he even will. Maybe we'll never meet in this life. Maybe I'll wait until I've grown old and died. But should that happen, I'll continue waiting for you in my next life. And the one after that if I have to. I'll always be waiting, no matter how long it may take. How great the obstacles that stand in my way, or what form you may assume. I'll wait as long as it takes. Another 100, another 1,000 years. So just promise you'll come back for me. Michael.
Skippy, Skippy. Skippy, Skippy. I don't remember if there's more. Hold on.
It's fine, it gives me time to cry.
One second, let me check. I'm checking. Hold on.
He's checking. I have tear stains all over my glasses.
Okay, I was fairly certain, but I didn't want to say anything until I was right. There should be an after credit scene if it's the same as the remaster remake thing they did.
Okay.
I know that there are some differences between them, but not much. So there should be an after credit scene. You got any opinions? Anything you want to talk about?
I am emotional.
You want to flippy the little game off? Just be like, fuck you making me feel things. Fuck you making me feel things.
Fucking making me feel things, making me have emotions.
No emotion. No, emotions are healthy. It's good that you have emotions.
I'm desperately gonna need a fucking cigarette after this.
Yeah. Thank you for playing. Yeah, there should be a little bit right after this logo passes.
Okay.
I think. Don't worry. You don't have to wait any longer. Giselle. I'm here for you. There are memories.
Memories ingrained on my soul. I remember there once stood a mansion here, and what many tragedies took place, in which great pain was suffered. Much of what happened in those walls was unspeakable, but they are events I should never have forgotten, because amidst all the misfortune, I attained something irreplaceable. Giselle, there's so much I have to say, so much I want you to know, but I'm sure I'll have plenty of time to get to all that. So for the time being, allow me to say this. Giselle. Your smile is the light of my life. I want to spend my days with you. With that smile always at my side. And nothing to get in our way. And then the Fata Morgana. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Wasn't sure how much of the prayer it was going to do. I know the whole thing by fucking heart. I ask of thee, O Father, to bestow upon their souls thy blessing. And I'm assuming this is Morgana, but I know you're struggling to talk, so it's fine. May I see the mouse? I just dropped my fucking earrings all over the floor. I'm trying to do a thing because there are 2 achievements. Which 2? Oh, okay. I know what the hidden one is. I'm just clicking around in the extra content because going behind the scenes is supposed to get another achievement. Do we actually want to look at behind the scenes stuff, or shit? Can I just skip through to get the achievement? Just skipping through the behind the scenes is fine. So, what do you think now that you've seen the ending?
I'm glad we got to be together.
Were you afraid they wouldn't? The game really does fake you out like twice with that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the achievement to show up. Come on. Oh my god.
Too bad. Well, while you're doing that, I need to go wipe my nose.
It's okay. So, make sure you don't step on my piercings. By the way, I fucking knocked them on the floor in rage earlier.
Okay.
So while we wait on this, so we can get the achieve that we are missing, for tomorrow we have Resident Evil 6 Ada's Route. We are on chapter 2. Yes, chapter 2. Chapter 2. We might do one chapter, we might do two. I'm not the best at games when I'm playing solo, so we're gonna have to see how fast I get through it. On Friday we have the beginning of the conclusion. Oh my god. We have the beginning of the fuck you, Amy. Fuck you, Amy. Fuck you, ya bitch. Ya absolute cunt. Sorry. We've got Danganronpa on Friday. We'll be starting the very last chapter. It should be 2 parts, so we won't be finishing it this week, but week after. There's the achievement. Backstage. Look at us. We did it. And then on Saturday, we are doing Tell Me Why until somebody redeems something else, because people seem to be liking going after where the fuck is the second achievement? I thought there was one more I'm missing. People seem to like going after the Jackbox. So I'm distracted as all fuck today. I'm gonna see if I can find out what this missing achievement is, because it's not what I thought it was. Next section. This here is like a new game plus essentially. It adds more context to the beginning of the game for your second playthrough to give you more details now that you already know the spoilers. So that was why I was just fast forwarding through it. Is that not the achievement I'm missing? I think we got that one because that one says prologue. Let's see. Oh, okay. I think I know which one it is. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can cheat the system, because I think I know which achievement we're missing. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try, because you know you guys like it when I have the 100% thing pop up. I think the last achievement we're missing is the clear the game twice one, because if you play it through the second time, there's extra dialogue.
Right.
But I'm thinking maybe if I just run through the ending twice, maybe.
I'm okay. I've calmed down. I've blown my nose. Which was a mistake, by the way. Gave myself a fucking nosebleed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I'm okay. I've calmed down, and as long as I don't look at the screen, I'm fine.
I wonder if the second time it's still gonna make us watch all the credits and stuff.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's fine. You know what I'll do? I will let the game run down its course, and I'm gonna switch our screens to just chatting. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let Spirit talk about what he thinks of the game in full, and I'm gonna give people Gizmo.
Give people Gizmo. It was an amazing game. It really was. And a lot of the stuff I was confused about got answered at the very end there. So
Like what kind of stuff?
Like why did he or did what he did, and obviously I forgot about George's being the painting.
George's the painting? What? Never.
Never. I liked that. I liked that Michael and Giselle got to be together. That I've been worried the entire fucking time we've been playing this that it wasn't gonna happen and that Michael was gonna disappear or something.
No. It's okay. They get to be together. You know, you have something else that you can talk about for next week once you've shared all of your opinions.
Oh, do I?
Mm-hmm. What were we doing after this game?
Next week we are starting the kindergarten games. Sorry, I'm bubbling again.
It's okay, that's why people have Gizmo to look at, so they know Bubble.
But yes, we will be starting the kindergarten games.
Oh, there we go, that's the last achievement, guys!
Woo!
100% bitches!
Yay! And I'm excited because Cryptic is going into kindergarten blind.
We're playing the first one and the second one, and we're gonna try and do all of the routes.
Yes. Do you want to collect all of the cards, the Monster Mon cards, as well?
How difficult is that to do?
It's not easy.
We should.
It's up to you.
How much extra work is it?
I don't know. It's a fair amount of replay. Constantly and do things differently to get cards.
So it's more replay than just doing all the different routes.
Yeah.
I feel like that might bore the fuck out of people.
That's fine. I just wanted to ask so that I know to avoid leading you down pathways to get Monster Mon cards.
We can always collect as many as possible. Like during the routes we're doing, try and get what we can. Oh, Nagito, I'm not the one that is sob. You should go to the one that's sob.
Come to me, I'm emotional.
But yeah, that's the game. It's one of my favorites. Where would you rank it? What do you think of it?
10 out of 10.
It's fucking great. It's
amazing.
Because it's got talking about all kinds of important issues, and it's got a trans main boy, and he is fucking excellent. Mwah. And honestly, the way the story treats him is fucking great. It feels accurate.
Yeah. It was amazing. And it fucking got to me. I've been haunting my fucking shit together this entire fucking time we've been playing this, and this is where it gets me. I'm just very emotional today.
It's okay, it happens.
But yes, thankfully we'll be moving on to a game that's slightly less heavy.
And then after kindergarten, we plan on doing coffee talk, by the way, which is going to be even less heavy than kindergarten. So, you know, we're trying to take it down a notch, just a little bit for you, because we know it's been a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, have anything else to say before we end the stream?
No.
Okay, I have one more thing. We're not doing a raid today because of Spirit and his emotional state. I'm going to stop the stream as soon as we're done and, you know, go hug him and stuff. Hug him, have a cigarette, eat some food, you know, just have a good time. So we're not raiding anyone today. But Gia Jelly is live, and Lady Chaos VTuber is also live. So it's Borderlands for Lady Chaos VTuber, and it's Ace Attorney for Gia. So if you go to them, send them our love. We just can't raid anyone right now because he needs the aftercare from this game. Who knew I'd have to be giving you aftercare and we haven't even fucked.
It's just because the game fucked you raw.
Fucked me.
The game fucked you raw. So I'm gonna go give him some, some after gaming care. Anyway, keep it creepy.
Keep it weird.
And most importantly,
Stay
stay
clear.
clear. Bye.